Now, there is an episode, a Lego Friends episode, where Henry and Sophie get married, but we've got no mini doll set up that actually, well, where we can actually role play that and play it out. So I have decided that it is time for Henry and Sophie to get married for real in mini doll form. So we're going to need to make some custom builds here. So they've got somewhere to get married to start with, and then we'll dress them up. So we're going to have Sophie and Henry's wedding out here in nature. This is what Sophie wants. This is her dream wedding, to get married under a bower full of flowers and vines on the green grass out in nature. So we're going to make it just beautiful and flowery and sunshiny and gorgeous. So we're going to build this arch up here. And as you can see, I've left some of these bricks with the holes in them. That's so we can add some of our vines on. And I'm going to put some of my favorite scroll pieces up the top here, just to make it that little bit fancy. And because we can, I'm going to add some pink gems just on the top. This is the only time we're going to see gems in this whole build. No more gems, just lots and lots of flowers. And we need to round off the top just to make it a really elegant arch underneath all the flowers and vines that I'm going to put on here. Okay, we are now asymmetrical. I have made both sides a little bit different because I'm adding some greenery, and you're going to see how it's going to look in a moment, because we are now adding some vines and flowers, and the colour theme here for the flowers is going to be light and dark pink, and we're just going to flood this whole thing with flowers. It's just going to be so joyous and natural and gorgeous. So more going around here, around the top. I've left all these little holes so that we can plug these vines in with the carrot stalks, makes them stop falling off. You don't accidentally flick them off when they're on like that. And some more flowers and vines down this way. We're going to put a big one over here. This is not a beautifully maintained arch. This is quite organic and a bit wild looking, and it's just going to be gorgeous. All right, I think, let's see, I'm going to put one just sticking out over here, and some more flowers on the top, and one on the top, right on the tippy top, and we're going to hold that on with our little green slanty piece. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's not symmetrical, and it's not supposed to be. It's just supposed to look very natural, and I think it looks gorgeous. Okay, we need a platform for them to stand on so that they really stand out here under the arch. So we're going to build it up just a little bit with a white carpet leading up to a teeny tiny pedestal and some little slanty pieces on the side just to really make it look elegant. So if Henry wants to stand here, he can wait. Look, he can wait for her to come up, for Sophie to come up, and they can stand on the pedestal here side by side very snugly. Oh, under the archway. But they need to hop off again because we're not finished. Now, even though we've got natural flowers going over the archway, we're going to make some flower arrangements for either side of where the bride and groom are going to stand. And we're going to use these new green pieces because they look so elegant. There are lots of different ways that we can set them up. And we're going to build this up with some of our flowers. And can you see we're now putting some yellow pieces on because this is Sophie's chosen colour. She's going to have a yellow flower bouquet. So this is going to mimic that. So we've got one, oh hold on, I've just lost one of the leaves and the flowers. Here it is, put that on here. And of course we need a matching one, well, a mirror image for the other side of the archway. So we're going to copy what we have on the other side, but in a mirror image. There. So they're symmetrical. So we do have some symmetry. Oh, and they look so pretty. Oh, it's just so colourful and flowery and gorgeous. And I just want to put another flower up here. I don't know why. I feel as though it needs another little splash of colour at the top. We're going to extend our area now here for the wedding. This is going to be for a nice big long aisle for Sophie to walk along, and of course we're going to need seating for the guests. So we'll put our white carpet down first and a little bit more all the way to the end. That looks gorgeous. Now we're going to make, we'll just put Sophie and Henry on here so that I don't keep toppling them over when I move it around. We're going to make some seats for the guests. We're going to tie these in with our nature theme. So they're actually wood seats, wood log seats with a very pretty pink top. Nice and smooth, because they don't want to get splinters in their bottom when they're sitting down. So some very smooth seat tops. There they look. That looks lovely. Oh, the colour scheme all looks so beautiful. And what do we need now? Some more flower arrangements to just go either side of the aisle here near the seats. So a matching one on this side. Very, very natural. Oh, it looks so gorgeous, but it looks too neat. So I'm actually just going to fling some flowers as though the petals have fallen down from the flowers on the vine, or they've been thrown out there by the flower girl, ready for Sophie to walk down the aisle. So we're going to just put a few flowers here and there, artistically placed, and maybe some growing here, right nestled up close next to the seats. Oh, so pretty! It's just so pretty. And this one doesn't want to go in here. There we are. There we are. And, oh, okay, it still needs some more, but I want them to be flatter. So I am actually quite literally going to flung that one. Some of these little flat flowers, we're just going to put them everywhere. And it's going to look just perfect for Sophie and Henry's wedding day. I think we still need some more though. And yep, some more over on this side. Oh, it's lovely. It's just so pretty. Okay, we're going to take Henry and Sophie away and get them dressed. So, Henry first, the groom first. He cannot get married in that outfit. Now, there's not much in the way of formal wear for male mini dolls. So I've had to steal some pieces here from the princes, from the Disney Prince sets, and I don't think he can look too fancy. It's his wedding after all. And he also needs the wedding ring. So he's going to hold on to that. He's going to look after it because he's ready. So if you would like to pop off now, Henry, off you go. You're ready. We've got to get the girls ready. And because Sophie is actually Olivia's aunt, Olivia gets to be the bridesmaid. So what is Olivia going to wear? Well, she needs to look gorgeous and stunning and very formal as well. So let me see. We're going to put her in navy blue because it's not going to clash with anything. It's going to go beautifully with everything. And the gold, well, you're about to see because Sophie's gown has also got gold on it. So I think that that's simple but elegant, and I think Olivia looks absolutely perfect. She's going to have a tiny bouquet of flowers. This is it, just a simple little yellow flower. And she's ready. She's ready to be a bridesmaid, and she looks absolutely stunning. Okay, Sophie, I know, it's so exciting. It's time to see the wedding dress. Okay, Olivia, as the bridesmaid, it's your duty to go and get the wedding dress. I hope you remember where you put it. Oh, here it is. It's stunning and gorgeous and intricate, and Sophie is just so excited that she's now getting a chance to finally put on her wedding dress for her wedding day. Oh, Sophie, that is just stunning. Okay, it's time to do your hair for the wedding. So let's remove this normal Sophie hair, and we're going to have an updo for her wedding. A very elegant look, and she's had a bit of a tint. It's a bit darker than her normal hair colour. And a tiara as the crowning element. She needs a bouquet, so we're going to use these new green pieces again because they make a stunning little splay here of green elegant leaf, and she's got a single yellow rose for the middle of them. We've just knocked over poor Olivia while we're putting that on, but look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Well, you're almost ready, Sophie. You look absolutely stunning, but I think we might hand make you a veil. I think we need a special veil for this special occasion. So if you two girls would like to just stand back over here, we're going to do some sewing, some last minute sewing. We've got time before the wedding actually starts. So I've got this very pretty piece of lace here, and we need to gather in the top of it so that we can make it the right veil shape. So time to get this little pointy needle and just go in and out along the top, and try not to stab my fingers as I go along too. Doing quite well, haven't stabbed them yet. It'd be terrible if I got blood on the veil, on the white veil. That would look terrible. Okay, now I've put a knot in the end of the thread, so when I pull it through here, it's going to gather up beautifully. And now I just need to sew back and forth a few times to make sure that this is very secure along the top, so it won't unravel. And I'll just try and catch this little side bit that I missed in as well. Oh, it just came unthreaded. Let's see if I can get it back through first time. Oh, there we go. My hand-eye coordination is doing really well today. It must be somebody's wedding. It must be a really important day. Everything is going beautifully. Okay, another stitch. And I think we're done. So let's snip off that thread. And now we have got the prettiest veil, which we can put, oh, hold on, sorry Sophie, we can put here behind her tiara. And of course, that's not going to stay, but I just want to have a look at what it looks like. It really looks absolutely, it just sets it all off so gorgeously. Right, in that case, it's time now to get some craft glue and stick this veil to the back of the tiara. So this is going to be an exercise. Oh, hold on, I need to open that. Ah, now there's too much glue. Okay, we're possibly going to actually stick this to my fingernail as well as the tiara. Let's see how I go. Let's stick all of this onto the back of the tiara, and I have got glue all over my fingers. So let's wait for that to dry and I'll clean the glue off, and this is what it ends up looking like. It's perfect. It's just perfect. So we'll put it on Sophie. We've got just a couple of minutes left, Sophie, and she's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, Olivia, it's time for you to take Sophie and get her ready to walk down the aisle. Are you ready? Come on, don't just stand around. It's very exciting. It's time now. We've got to get the guests in. Hold on, we better hurry up. So Andrea's here, and Emma's here, and here's Stephanie. And we've got Mia too, of course. They're already here. They're here. Oh, and Henry is looking very dashing, and he's going to wait up here very nervously for his bride. And oh look, Sophie's dad's here as well. He's not overly dressed up, but he's old, so he can choose whatever he wants to wear. Oh shh, everybody, it's starting. Well, the bridesmaid's here. Where's the bride? Is she coming? Here she is. Oh, everybody's just sighing because she looks so beautiful. And Henry is overjoyed and overwhelmed. It is the happiest day of their lives. What a beautiful couple and what a beautiful wedding. It has all turned out to be just a perfect day for Sophie and Henry. I have been trying to decide what to do with the Lego Friends Performance School. It's such a beautiful building on the outside. The facade is gorgeous, but on the inside it's really sparsely furnished, and there's kind of, I don't know, you have to really use your imagination to get to play inside. So I was kind of disappointed by how little there was actually going on inside this building. So I have decided to customize it and turn it into an apartment block. And Sophie and Henry are looking for a new place close to the city, close to their work, where they can bring up their new baby. So they are going to renovate one of the floors and then move in to be the first inhabitants of our new apartment block. So they're not too keen on these two bottom floors, but this top floor is going to be absolutely perfect. It's going to get so much light and we can make this just right. So let's demolish what's already in here. We'll take this piano away carefully. We don't want to break that one. We will jackhammer up the bricks on the floor. Can't take those ones out because they're integrated into the wall. We'll take this ballet area off. Oh, these are all integrated into the wall too. We're going to end up with a big hole in the wall. Oh no, we need to plaster over that. Or we could just put a single stud in there. Ta-da, wall's fixed. We'll get rid of the ballet room floor here. We don't need that. And this camera hasn't worked in years. Throw that away. And the drum kit too. It's just noisy. Speaker's gone. And now we just need to jackhammer up the last few bits of flooring here. La 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 la, this is fun. We're getting rid of everything. And now we have got a big empty space to work in. And when I say big, it's actually not that big. So we're going to have to fit everything they're going to need into this little studio apartment. We'll put it down here on the ground. And we might take Sophie and Henry out so that they don't get plaster dust up their nose while we are busy renovating. So let's start in the kitchen first. We're going to make a teeny tiny kitchen, but it's going to be modern, it's going to be cute, and it's going to be absolutely functional with everything they need. So what do they need? They're going to need a few things. So we'll start over here with a little sink for washing up. Perfect. And then we're going to put in a stove or an oven with a hot plate on the top. Nice big frying pan for all of their dinners. Well, that's cute. And up here we're going to put just a little bit of a shelf or a display shelf we're going to have on the top here. Lovely. I'll choose what's going to go up there in just a moment because they need a nice big fridge to store all of their cold things. They're going to need a lot of extra fridge space when this baby comes along too. And that looks pretty good. And down the bottom we're going to put some fruit and veggies. We'll call this the crisper. Oh, the carrot's escaping. There we are. Now they're safely down here. And up here we're going to put some milk for their coffee and tea and for their cereal and for baby's bones too when baby is up to milk, and maybe a little bit of strawberry jam because that is Sophie's favourite. In fact, I think she's craving strawberry jam through her pregnancy. Strawberry jam with carrot sticks. Delicious. And some cornflakes because I didn't mention cereal. And we need some cereal bowls too. So there's a cute little one up there. I'm sure I have another one somewhere. We'll put this spoon over here in the sink to be washed up. And now, oh yes, teapot. Sophie loves tea. Tea is her favourite. So we're going to put this teapot up there on display. It's ready for when they need it. Now, we're not going to have enough room for a kitchen table, so we're going to make a breakfast bar where they can prepare their meals and they can eat them here, and we're going to need a couple of stools as well, and they've got a very pretty pattern on the top there. I think they came out of one of the elves sets, but they're going to fit very nicely into this little eclectic studio apartment for Sophie and Henry. That looks very cute. Now, we'll try Henry out on these. Good. They're going to be comfy while they eat their meals. Now, because they're both adults, they can have a bottle of wine up here in the corner of the breakfast bar and a couple of little wine glasses as well. Very fancy. And here's that other bowl for their cereal. It's just sitting here on the end of the breakfast bar. It looks like it might need to be washed up. I wonder who's doing the washing up. I think it's Henry's turn. So he needs to stop sitting and get on with the washing up while we build the teeniest, tiniest bathroom you've ever seen on the other side. So I have a toilet bowl here now with some water in it. And we're going to put this, actually we need the cistern first. So let's build that up the back over here. And the flush button, there we are. Now we have got a cute little modern toilet. And in this bathroom, we still need to fit a shower and a sink so they can wash their hands. And we're not going to have a lot of space. So we're going to pack these in tight. But because it's such a small space, we're going to put an air freshener in here, cherry flavoured. And we're going to put the shower stool at the front. There's the shower head, and we need the hot and the cold taps. So red and blue for that, and we need the little grills down the bottom for the water to all run out. Perfect, shower and toilet done. Now there's a bit of space up here next to the shower stall where we can keep all the things we need for the shower, some shampoo, some conditioner. Hopefully we'll have some soap there somewhere. We'll put these bottles up there so they can be easily reached from the shower. Toilet roll next to the toilet, very important. Now we're going to create a very small walled area and a bit of a tiny door for privacy. Little bit of privacy. It's just going to be a tiny shuttered door, and that's all the space we've got. So we're going to put a single shutter on here, but there's only, well, the 2.5 of them will be living there. So they're going to just have to make the best that they can of this little living space. And of course we need a sink to wash our hands in for hygiene. Very, very important. And we've got our tap, we've got our tiny sink, and we're going to tuck that just in here so it all just fits. It's very snug, but they've got all the amenities they need for day-to-day living. Perfect. Well, that's very, very cute. Okay, we've got the bathroom, we've got the kitchen, now we need somewhere to sleep. So we're going to put the bedroom out here in the main area in the middle, and we are going to have to keep it quite a conservative size. We're going to make it a futon bed. A couple of little pillows. Oh, hold on, I can't do that because that's not in the right spot. A couple of little pillows at the top. We need these single studs to hold them up. Look, see, isn't that cute? And we might just raise that up off the ground just a tiny bit with some more single studs. I've got lots and lots of studs, which is great because they're left over at the end of sets. You always have a few spares. Okay, that looks good. We're going to center this underneath the existing shelf that is actually worked into the brickwork there. So that's going to be good for storing things above the bed. And because we are waiting for the baby to come too, we're going to pre-prepare here with a little crib. We're going to make it as small as we can. That's big enough to fit the baby in though. And we're going to tuck it right next to the bed, safe and snug next to her parents' bed. Oh, that looks so cute. And I think she's going to need a teddy bear eventually. And I think Sophie and Henry would definitely have a pet. So here's Tinker straight onto the bed, typical cat, putting her cat hair all over the new bedspread. Okay, Sophie, what do you think so far? I know it's very snug, it's very cozy, but it's going to be just right for the three of you. I think it's looking really good. Now, on the shelf above the bed, we're going to incorporate some of Sophie's hobbies in here. And I've decided that she loves sketching with inks. And this is one of her ink sketches that she's got up here on display. And we might put one of her sketching pens up here in a cup. That's lovely. That's one of those new pens. I love it. And she's very much influenced by Japanese things and Japanese art. So we're going to put this gorgeous fan up here as well too for decoration. I'm sure I can snug them all in here. There we go. That's so decorative as well as functional. Now you can see that we have a teeny tiny space left for the living area. So how are we going to do this? Well, first up, we'll get Henry out of the way. We can put him in the kitchen and hope that he does the washing up while we build a pedestal for the television. We're going to put a big flat screen up here and we can tilt it around so he can watch it while he's in the kitchen. We can tilt it back the other way and they can watch it from the bed or from the lounge chair. Now, we're going to need just a small lounge area for this little living space. Here's a cute little one. I think that'll be just right. And we're going to need maybe just a single armrest. We're going to put that on the side near the wall. Yeah, I think so. So we will put these over here in our smallest space we've got. And I'm going to use the lounge chair itself to actually bridge those two pieces together a little bit. And now the two parts of the apartment are sealed together. We'll take this baby away because it hasn't been born yet. That looks really good. We are doing really well. Now maybe a little glass coffee table so they can put their drinks or their food. In fact, speaking of food, we might bring in some food for the baby, a bottle over here for the armchair, and a pizza for their dinner. Because they've been working late tonight, so they're going to have pizza. They've ordered pizza in. And Henry loves to play the guitar, especially when he's stressed and tired. So we're going to tuck that in the corner near the lounge chair. And I think we might have packed this apartment absolutely full. Wow. Okay, we've got a lot of detail in a teeny tiny living space, but I am just going to bring in an iDevice because I just love it. It's a new piece and it's so cute. I'm going to put it here on the bed. The cat can stamp all over it, see what apps she can download. Okay, here it is in its entirety. Like I said, so much in a small space, but they've got everything they need. They don't need a lot of room. Well, not yet. Not till baby needs a big backyard to run around in. And then we might move them out into a proper house. But for now, they are the first people to live in the new apartment building made out of the old performance school. What do you think? Actually looks a little bit weird on the front now. But I don't mind. I think it looks fantastic on the inside, and that's where they're going to be living. So Henry is now practicing some beautiful lullabies for when the baby's born. Tinker is sniffing at Sophie's belly suspiciously. Cats know. They know when new babies are going to arrive, and it's not long now. So I think the cat's gone off to tell Henry that the baby might be coming soon, or maybe Tinker's just listening to him practice some of his lullabies. Have you ever wondered how Sophie and Henry actually got together in the first place? We've seen them get married, we've seen them have a baby in the hospital set, but well, we have no idea how they actually got together. So I decided that it was time to make Sophie and Henry's story. So let's see. How did it all begin? Well, Henry's cat Tinker was suffering from a terrible case of the dizzies. So off to the vet he goes with Tinker, and for the very first time, he and Sophie meet. Ooh, it's very exciting. Now let's get that kitty on the examination table. She looks okay on the outside, nothing really visible to the naked eye. So we'll take her over to the X-ray machine, and she seems to have all her bones in the right place. So Sophie's diagnosis is that she has had too much catnip, and that will be causing all of her dizzy spells and her falling over. So we'll be able to fix that with a quick injection. So hold really still, Tinker. You're such a brave kitty. Oh dear me, Henry has actually passed out. It looks like Henry is not good around needles. Is he okay, Sophie? Yes, he looks okay. He looks just a little bit embarrassed that he passed out there. And Tinker's come to check out her owner too. He's okay. No harm done at all. Sophie thinks he's actually kind of cute. Now, Henry is very shyly asking Sophie out on a date. What is she going to say? She said yes, so he's going to pick her up tonight at 7 o'clock. He's so excited. He's just run off without Tinker. Here we go. He's back again. Okay, see you tonight at 7. Oh, Sophie's quite excited. Wonder where they're going to go for their very first date. Well, we'll fast forward to tonight, and it's the end of the workday for Sophie, and Henry has arrived. He has brought a bouquet of butterflies. Seriously? And some chocolate. Well, you can't go wrong with chocolate. Here comes Sophie. She's just busy packing up. She loves the bouquet of butterflies, though she's not entirely sure what she's going to do with them. What do you do with a bouquet of butterflies? It's a very thoughtful gift, but now she's got changed. So let's go. Let's follow them and see where they go on their first date together. Off they go. Well, here they are. They've arrived at the pizzeria, and Henry is opening Sophie's door. He's just the most polite young man. All right, here we go. They're both just a little bit nervous and both very, very excited. What are they going to order? Well, this is very important. Are they going to want the same toppings on their pizzas? Are they going to be able to share a pizza? Are they going to be compatible with pizza toppings? It looks like they both like pineapple and they both like anchovies. So they're just going to be perfect together. A little glass of wine for each, and let the date begin. What do you think? Do you think they're getting along? They look like they're having some very meaningful conversation. They certainly do seem to be getting along. In fact, over the next few months, Sophie and Henry go everywhere together. They go on the carousel. That just looks so romantic and so much fun. They meet up for coffee and for cakes and for breakfasts and afternoon teas and dinner and late night desserts and lunches. Did I already say lunches? I can't remember. They go to the art gallery and they go to the museum. They take in the culture together and they see some very weird and wonderful things. Oh my goodness. In fact, you very rarely see Sophie without Henry these days. Here they are at the amusement park doing some very funny faces. Hold on. The mummy is following Sophie around. Oh, the mummy looks so sad. I think the mummy might be falling in love with Sophie too. They have the most wonderful time on the bumper cars. In fact, I don't know which one is more competitive. Oh no, Sophie's fallen out and Henry's checking that she's okay. She looks okay-ish. Oh no, she's okay because now they're going on that big windy roundy thing that makes you feel really sick in the stomach. And Sophie's holding an ice cream, so I can't imagine this is going to end well. But let's see. Round and round they go, slowly speeding up. And over! Oh, that was fun! Let's do it again! And up and over! Oh! Did you know that was going to happen? You can't take ice cream on the roundy uppy overy thing. And then they went on the Ferris wheel, which is the most romantic place to go together. except when the seating's only for one. So they're a bit squished in there, but they are having a wonderful time. So look slightly dangerous, but they're having a great time. And they both love sports so much. I did mention before that they were rather competitive though, didn't I? So I don't know that this is going to end very well. I don't know that either of them are particularly good at tennis either following this game. Oh, Sophie's down. I think she's twisted an ankle. So that makes this the perfect time to hit the slopes. That's logical, isn't it? So off they go on a romantic weekend to the skiing slopes, and once again they are just doing everything together at the moment, including that most romantic of rides, the flying Pegasus chariot. Wow! Oh, that's so awesome! So, by this time, I think you've probably guessed that Sophie and Henry are inseparable, and even if they don't quite know it yet, they have both fallen very much in love with each other. And their love for each other is strengthened also by the fact that the animals love them too. And they love animals so much as well. In fact, wherever they go, even when they're trying to get some really quiet alone time together, out here, right in the middle of the lake, the animals always find them. That's so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, here comes a penguin. Do penguins even live here in the middle of the lake? Oh, and a crocodile. The crocodile is showing its love by swimming away. So away, crocodile, thank you. Whew. Well, the animals certainly know that they belong together. The animals also think that they belong with them as well. It's going to be one big, very happy family. Oh, there's a lamb now on the back of that big cat. Is that safe? I think it's safe. I think they're all safe here together as long as they're with Sophie and Henry, who they love so much and who are trying to get some nice peaceful time together and are not succeeding very much. The monkeys are everywhere. Now, I don't know if Sophie and Henry actually knew that they'd fallen in love until love literally hit them on the head one day. And from then on, well, their future was 100% decided. Henry took Sophie back to the restaurant where they had their very first date, and at that restaurant, he asked Sophie to be his wife, and she said yes. Oh, he really should have got down on one knee because he's a very traditional young man, but they don't actually bend their knees. So Sophie is still thrilled, and it is the most happy ending, though it's not really the ending because news got out very quickly and all of the Lego Friends girls, well, I think it's safe to say they are ridiculously excited, and they have come to spirit Sophie away because, oh my goodness, there is a wedding to plan. So quick, girls, off you go. And Henry and Matthew, well, you're not really needed at the moment because there's a wedding to plan. That was a bit of a sneak peek of what's about to happen because currently all we know is that Sophie and Henry are now engaged to get married. Well, obviously now they're gonna get married because we've just seen what's gonna happen. And in the last episode they got mobbed by all of the Lego Friends girls because there's nothing they love more than planning a wedding. And, well, Matthew and Henry aren't really needed here. The girls are taking off with Sophie, and Matthew and Henry can go and get the things ready that they need for the wedding. Now, Sophie's very smart. She has sent most of the Friends girls off to deliver the invitations for the wedding, which leaves her with Olivia, who is going to be her bridesmaid, to help her choose the perfect wedding dress. So they've come to the right place because Mrs. Wedding Dress Lady is going to see what is just right for Sophie. This one here is beautiful. It has been just the one that every single bride has wanted to wear this season, with the cherry blossoms on the front, and it's beautifully set off, if you like, with a bow in your hair. Bows are very this season, but Sophie's not so sure. She likes it and it suits her, but it's just not perfect. So what else have you got, Mrs. Wedding Dress Lady? She's going to pop out the back and see, because a new shipment just arrived with some beautiful wedding dresses, and this one, straight out of the Paris fashion magazines, this one has got gold embellishments, and we pair it with this gorgeous lace veil. it will just be, is it? It's the perfect wedding dress. She feels like a princess. This is the one, we'll take that. So, Olivia has got all of the precious parcels packaged up and it's time to head off to the next place, but we don't need Olivia for this, so she's going to take this back to the hotel. Sophie gets her makeup and her hair done because this wedding is very, very soon. So, facial done, wedding makeup, I think that shade of lipstick is just perfect. What do you think? Now, hairstyle. Oh, not quite glamorous enough, maybe. Oh, I like that, but maybe an updo, so... Oh, that nice high ponytail is very cute, but it's not really formal enough. I do like that bun, but it's a bit severe at the front. How about... Oh, hold on. No, hold on. Oh, that's all the teasing up that you have to do underneath to make it really full, to give it lots of volume. Oh, this is lovely. Very elegant. It needs maybe a little bit more softening around the front, maybe a little bit of embellishment, maybe a bit darker, a slightly darker shade. What can you do? Let's see. This is it. This is, oh, it's so pretty. This is the perfect hairstyle for her wedding. Yes, look, Sophie is thrilled. So a last little brush over to smooth all those wisps out of the way and a little bit of spray and she's ready. So back to the hotel. It is almost time. So into the wedding dress, veil is on. Olivia is helping out so much. She's just the best bridesmaid. The bouquets have arrived. They're simply divine. They're so gorgeous. And yellow is Sophie's favorite color. They are ready. Now, how are they getting to this wedding? Oh, horse and carriage. How romantic. They are all settled in. Sophie's father is coming along to give her away. He is so proud. I hope all the guests are waiting. I hope Henry's waiting. He is. They're all ready and the wedding is ready to start. All the guests are waiting and the carriage has arrived. Sophie is here. Her father is handing her out of the carriage and the wedding can begin. Here comes Olivia. She looks lovely. She's very nervous, but she's not as nervous as Henry. He's waiting to see his beautiful bride. Here she comes. Oh no, hold on, that's just her father. He's waiting to give his baby girl away. One last kiss for Daddy, and then down the aisle to Henry, who thinks she is the most beautiful thing that he has ever seen. It's time for Henry and Sophie to get married. Do you take each other to be each other's husband and wife? Well, do they? They do! Then you may kiss the bride and the bride can kiss the groom and they can have their first wedding kiss and they are now officially husband and wife. How beautiful. And the cake, their wedding cake is just the cutest thing ever. Look at that panda. It's time to cut the wedding cake and everyone's going to have a delicious piece. And before they go off on their honeymoon, shall we have a bouquet throw? Well, hold on, who's going to get it? Oh, I don't know who ended up with the bouquet. That's just ridiculous. They are ready to head off on their honeymoon now. Everyone is sending them the best wishes and they've tied tin cans to the back of the taxi because it's traditional. And I spy who got the wedding bouquet. Did you see? Make sure you tell me in the comments. Now we need to send the happy couple off on their honeymoon and Sophie doesn't know where they're going because Henry has kept it a surprise. So he's got their tickets so they can check in and get their luggage all booked in and the flight attendant is going to take them over. She's actually the captain too because they are going on this private charter jet to somewhere very mysterious and special. This is so fantastic. It's like a luxury plane flight. How special. Let's get this plane ready to take off. And let's see where they're going. Well, they're going nowhere at the moment. They're taxiing everywhere. Oh, here we go. They're in the air. I wonder how long this flight's going to take. I think it's going to take about 8 hours. So let's cut right through those 8 hours, fly around for a little bit, and we'll cut to the end of the flight. And they're landing. That was amazing. If only all flights were that quick. Where have they come to? here they have arrived in Ninjago City. What a wonderful place to have a romantic honeymoon. First up, they need to check into their accommodation, and it is the teeniest, tiniest room. It's so cute. They're going to have just such a marvellous time. Right next to their apartment is the gorgeousest little tea shop, so they'll be able to get a snack whenever they want. Should they go out and explore? Well, they're going to need some money first. So stopping at the ATM. The ATM is kind of seems to be possessed. It has a mind of its own. It's just shooting lots of money out, which is perfect. So they can take this and they can spend it all. So where to first? They're going to go out and have some delicious cooked crabs, some cultural cuisine, and see what it tastes like. I don't know whether those ones are cooked or not, but I really hope they are. They're going to get some souvenirs at the souvenir shop. What does Henry have his eye on there? He's got a cute hat. And out they go to explore around the streets. Try not to run over any of those chickens. This is beautiful. This must be the old quarters of Ninjago near the temple. And they can have some ramen and a tea ceremony. And then later on, they can watch a show. Oh, look. There's snakes and there's flames, and the people are running away from the flames, and there's a snake and there are flames, and it just keeps going round and round in circles. Best show ever. Now they have a full week's honeymoon holiday to explore everything that Ninjago City has to offer. This is beautiful here at the Temple of Ejitsu, and they're going around on the fish market, and it looks like they're going to take a boat ride. Does this look safe? I don't know, because I think Henry's in charge. He really loves that hat. He's taking them off. Are they coming back? Oh yes, they are coming back. What has happened to Henry? Henry feels a little seasick. I don't think that calm boat ride should have done that to you, Henry. They can have some sushi in the fancy sushi restaurant right up here in the rooftop. What have they ordered? It looks like they're having fresh sashimi. Yum. And they just get to have so much fun. They are fishing for, hold on, it looks like Sophie's caught something. She's caught a crab. Oh, hold on, that's a yellow crab. Is that cooked or uncooked? I just can't figure it out. But, she's fallen. Yeah, she's fallen in the water. But all good holidays must come to an end. And on the last night, they creep out onto the rooftops and lie under the moonlight munching on their sushi. Could it be any more wonderful? I suppose it could. They could be lying in a cherry blossom tree. That just looks so soft and lovely. I just hope they don't fall out because it's time to go back home again, Sophie and Henry. I hope you've had the most wonderful, memorable honeymoon to start your married life together. They've got all their souvenirs in their baggage, and Henry really likes that hat. And he's a very traditional young man, so he is going to sweep Sophie off her feet and carry her over the threshold of their new home to start their new life together as Mr. and Mrs. Sophie and Henry. I have no idea what their last name is. Maybe you could make one up for me and tell me in the comments. They've got some souvenirs to put up in their apartment. We're going to have to find some places for them. And the story is not finished yet, because there is going to be a new edition very, very soon. It's breakfast time here at Sophie and Henry's apartment. They are reminiscing over their cereal about the beautiful wedding day that they had and the most marvellous time they had on their honeymoon to Ninjago City.
Oh, Henry, our wedding was such a lovely day. Did you see that Emma caught the wedding bouquet? Isn't that funny?
So funny. My favourite part was lying in the cherry tree at Ninjago City. We were so lucky we didn't fall out. It was such a beautiful night, wasn't it?
It was the loveliest night. Oh, Henry, I feel really faint. So I'm going to pass out. Oh, I don't know what suddenly come over me.
Oh goodness, Sophie, you do look very pale. Here, come and sit on the couch. I'll get you a nice pot of green tea.
Oh, thank you, Henry. Oh, gosh, my head. I do feel very strange. I wonder what's happening with me. I don't normally feel like this.
Here we go, Sophie. A nice fresh pot of green tea, and I've added some mint in. I know you like mint in your green tea.
Oh, I really do. Oh, this should help. Oh no, I'm gonna vomit. Oh
my goodness, Sophie! What is wrong, you poor thing? Sophie? Oh, you sound terribly bad in there. Can I help? Sophie? You okay?
Oh, I feel terrible.
Oh, Sophie, you look terrible. I'm taking you to the doctor. No arguments.
I think that's probably a good idea. Maybe I picked up some horrible stomach bug in Ninjago City. Oh, I feel terrible.
Well, Henry and Sophie hurried off to see Dr. Patel and to find out what she thought might be wrong with Sophie.
Thank you for seeing us on such short notice, Doctor. Sophie was just vomiting and I'm so worried about her.
All right, Sophie. Well, if you would just like to lie back, I'll have a little look at you and we'll see if we can sort out what the problem might be. So you be nice and comfortable and I'll have a look. All right. Everything here looks fine. Oh, that's unusual. I might just go and get a needle for a blood test. Be right back. Don't panic. It's just a perfectly standard blood test. If you just breathe in now and the blood's taken. Good girl. That wasn't hard, was it? Let me go over here and I shall test this blood and I'll have a little look and see if it tells me what I suspect might be going on. Yes, it's as I thought. Well, Sophie and Henry, the good news is Sophie is not sick at all. She's actually pregnant.
What? I'm pregnant?
She's pregnant?
Well, this was the best news that Sophie and Henry could possibly have hoped for. How far along am I, Doctor? You're 5 months pregnant, Sophie. I'm surprised you're not showing it all yet. Really, you should be starting to show that baby bump, well, any second now. Whoa, well, that was quick and surprising. And now that Sophie and Henry know that they have a new little arrival in their way, they rushed off to get everything they were going to need, leaving Dr. Patel in absolute amazement over the super fast arrival of Sophie's baby bump. Meanwhile, back at Sophie and Henry's apartment, they are busily moving in all of the equipment they're going to need. A new baby cot, excellently stamped in there, Henry. Oh, and Henry's off to get something else. And a teddy and a baby bottle.
Oh, Henry, the teddy is so cute. Oh my goodness, why am I crying? I don't know why I'm crying. This is very strange. I'm gonna go lie down. Why am I crying? I don't understand.
Sweetheart, I've got some pizza. Maybe eating something will make you feel better.
Oh my goodness, pizza! Pizza! You are the best husband! Where is the pizza? Oh, pizza! Nom 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 nom. Oh, the yum pizza! Oh, the cheese and the I feel so much better now. I'm gonna have a lovely lie down. Thank you, Henry.
And Henry realised that Sophie was going to be wanting a lot of pizza during this pregnancy. So for the next few months, Henry kept Sophie dutifully supplied with lots and lots of fresh, hot, yummy pizza. And Sophie's bag, all packed for the hospital, waited patiently at the door for the arrival of the big day.
Play that one again, Henry. The baby's really kicking hard. It must like that one. Actually, oh no, hold on. That's not just kicking. Ow! Oh, that really hurts. Henry, I think it's time.
Now? Oh, right. Come on, quick, let's go. I'll call the ambulance.
Now, you may have noticed that in his rush, Henry forgot to take something reasonably important. Oh, good. Here he is. He's back again. Well done, Henry. Now you hurry back off to Sophie. Here comes the ambulance, and it looks like Olivia is on duty today. She has loaded Sophie into the back, being ever so careful. Sophie's still got her piece of pizza, so she's not going to be hungry on the way to the hospital. All right, quick. Everybody's loaded up. Off we go to the hospital. This baby is coming. Olivia has phoned ahead, and Dr. Patel is ready to receive Sophie. Here we go. Out of the ambulance, and the two of them can take her up to the birthing suite. Here we go. Good girl, Sophie. You're staying so calm. It's not going to be very long until you have got a beautiful new baby to hold in your arms. Olivia, if you'd like to get the suite ready now. I think, yes. Here we go. Good girl. Here we are, Mr. Darlington. You have a beautiful baby boy.
Oh, he's so beautiful, my son.
Oh, hold on. There's something else. Just a moment, please. Just wait. this is a surprise. You have another baby boy. You have twin sons.
Twin boys? Oh, my babies. I'll teach you soccer and how to play catch and how to do your mother's hair. Oh, my beautiful boys.
And you also have a baby girl. How about that, Mr. Darlington? Triplets. Well, what a surprise for Sophie and Henry. 3 babies when they thought they were only having 1. 3 times the joy, 3 times the cuteness, oh, and 3 times the nappies. A perfect little ready-made family, and don't they look so happy? I think it's time to move Sophie and Henry and these 3 beautiful babies down to the maternity ward.
Oh, Henry, aren't they just adorable? Knock, knock! I hear there are triplets to be welcomed!
Olivia is the first visitor, but now that the news is out, everybody wants to see the new Darlington babies, and everybody's wondering what their names are going to be. Maybe they could name this one Andrea after me. No, I don't think so, Andrea. There's already one Andrea in Heart Lake City. So many visitors, the doctor has come to tell them all that visiting time is over now, so everyone has to give the babies one last kiss, and off they go, so that Sophie and Henry are left in some peace and quiet to enjoy their new babies. Oh, don't they look so cute? Oh, they're snugged into the crib. I don't think they quite fit. Well, the time has come for the Darlington family to leave the hospital and see what life is going to be like with all of these babies. I think it's going to be sweet and adorable and absolutely full of noise. But they do seem to have a problem here. They have 3 babies and only 1 crib. So we're going to have to renovate the next floor to fit in this suddenly bigger than expected family in the apartment blocks. So in the meantime, they're all just going to have to snuggle in on the family bed, which is what you do when you got babies anyway. Sophie and Henry are now the proud parents of 3 beautiful babies, 2 little boys and a baby girl, and you have been giving me the most marvellous name suggestions. Well, we haven't chosen them yet, so make sure you keep those name suggestions coming in. But before we name these babies, we need to make some room for them because there is not enough room for Sophie and Henry and 3 babies to all grow up in this teeny tiny studio apartment. So we are going to renovate the 2nd floor of the old Heart Lake Performance School and make the most wonderful room for these babies. So let's take all of this old furniture out. And there go the chairs, and oh, this one's been seated in there quite firmly. Let's get that one out. We're going to pull some of the walls out too, because I want just a bit more space in here. We want a bit more open living. Look at this. This has been stuck on the same picture for years. We'll remove this computer and this old table, and we'll rip this door out, and this bathroom, well, it's got to go. Goodbye toilet, goodbye sink. Now we have got a reasonably open space, so let's take these rooms off and see what we're going to do with them to turn them into some babies' rooms. So we work on this one first, and I'm going to well, we can't have this wall here because it's got a sticker of all the music blackboard on it. So let's take it out and let's put in something else which we might put some more windows in. So let's see how we go. We'll build up the walls with the same colour as was there before, but let's put some little windows in just to add some more light, because light just makes everything really cheerful. And now we can just put back on the existing bits that I took off, and we've just made some extra light. And I'm going to take this, well, hold on, I've just knocked that wall out. I don't want that wall gone. I'm going to take that little out-hang bit out, but we're going to put these on so that I can add some pictures or something onto the wall. And now this room's a wonderfully clean, empty slate for us to get started on. Now, the first thing these babies are going to need are places to sleep. We already had 1 crib up there, 1 little cot for 1 little baby up in the studio apartment. Now, I've taken that out from upstairs because all the babies are going to sleep down here on the 2nd floor. So here's the one for the little baby girl. Have you let me know what names you would like it? Make sure you have, because we're going to choose very soon. And another one now in maybe red and blue for our little blue wrapped baby boy. Looks just so bright and cheerful. He's gonna love it in there. Hopefully it's not so bright that he can't sleep. Oh, Henry's so tired, he's falling into the cot. Sophie and Henry must be so tired. And a green one with some yellow and blue because it's nice to mix it up a bit. Beautiful, one for the little green wrapped baby boy. So we have 3 cots. And we could just snuggle them all nice and closely in together on the floor, but I thought we might tier them so that we could see them all individually. So they're going to be on tiers, like a baby cot cake, kind of. So the little blue baby boy is up here, and the girl is going to be in between the 2 boys so that they don't argue. And here's the little green wrap baby boy down the bottom. And look, now you can see them all. And on each of their bed heads, they're each going to have their own special teddy. There, 3 different teddies for 3 very individual little babies. What else do we need in this room? We need a few things. We're going to put a little teeny tiny book stand down here so we can display the baby book. They're all going to share this baby book. All of their pictures and all of their information is going to go into the one book. And over here on this stand is the big blue stuffed bear that they got given from their Auntie Olivia. They're going to have so many toys, these babies. They are so spoiled. And next to all of that, we are going to need somewhere to change their nappies. So this is going to be their change table. And I think it looks as though it's going to be big enough. We'll put a nice smooth, and we'll pretend it's soft part to change them on. Some baby lotion up there. And a little pile of fresh nappies. So they're right there close to hand when Sophie or Henry change these babies' nappies. And yes, they do fit on there just perfectly. So we'll install that over here next to the wall. That's wonderful. It's looking great. Newborns don't need a whole heap of stuff. It's only when they get older that they start needing more things to stimulate them. When they're weeny babies, they only need nappies and food and sleep and lots of hugs. And we're going to put this light here above the change table so that poor tired Sophie and Henry can see what they're doing when they're doing all those late night nappy changes. And a cute little card, "Let's be friends," up here on the wall just to make it look really decorative. Put that little green wrap baby back in his bed. And what else do we need? We might need a chair, definitely a chair for sitting in to cuddle the babies or to feed them. It needs to be comfortable. This is very, very important for a feeding chair. So this one looks nice and snug, nice and low to the ground too. And we'll snuggle this over here in the corner. I actually want to be able to situate it on an angle. So I'm going to put a single stud right in the middle, and that way I can basically put it anywhere I want. There, except not there. I want it just a little bit further forward. There. Now, I know it looks as though it's in the doorway, but we're not going to use that doorway a whole heap. Or we can just move the chair out of the way when we're not using it. And lastly for this room, a mat for the floor, a rug for the floor, and I found the perfect stickers to really cheer it up. It's perfect. We're going to put it here. No, we're not. We're going to put it... not there either. About here. There we go. Look, this is the baby's sleeping room. It looks calm. It looks comfortable, it looks bright and colourful too, and it's got everything you're going to need for newborn babies. Look after 3 of them at the same time. Now, in the other side of this floor, we are going to do some more pulling apart of the walls because we're going to make a playroom, and we're going to get rid of that wall because it had all those bathroom stuff on it. We're going to put some windows down close to the ground so that the babies can actually crawl right up to them and have a look out at the outside world. And right here in the corner, I'm going to put a piece with a hole in it because I want to stick something out of this part of the wall. You'll just have to wait and see. And then we'll put the rest of the wall back. There, quick renovation. I also want to get rid of this. Oh, goodness, I've collapsed everything. That's okay. We'll all go back together nice and neatly again. I want to take that little bit of the wall, that little intruding piece of the wall out. So I'll leave that hook bit there. I've got plans for that. So first up, I'm going to put this cool newish black piece here, and I want to put a great big butterfly hanging on the wall. I'm going to use this, which is actually a minifigure decoration for butterfly wings, and this is the only way I can actually get it to stay on. So we're going to pop it on the little black sticky out bit, and look at that, now we've got a corner butterfly hanging. And it just brightens up that side of the playroom. So pretty. And we're going to put a baby cage here in the corner, also known as a playpen, to keep the babies contained when they start to move around. That's definitely necessary. They get into everything. So cute little playpen, and we might just put a star toy up there on the side. They can reach up for that when they get bigger. How's it looking, Henry? He's just checking the playpen for structural integrity. It's going to be very important. And we're going to need places to store all these toys because these babies have been absolutely spoilt by their aunts and their uncles. So some shelves to put them all on. And what toys have we got? Well, there are some cute little toy cars, little vehicles. They're so cute and they're so easy for little hands, little chubby hands to grab. Still, these babies are too little for all this stuff yet. They can have such a grand time playing in here when they are just that bit older. So a couple of little vehicles down the bottom shelves there. And on the next shelf, they have got a doll's house. Or it could be building blocks, but I think it's doll's house. And we've got these teeny tiny Lego figures for them to play. The Lego dolls to play in the doll's house with. We'll put that on the second shelf. Snug those little dolls in next to the house. They're so cutie patootie, those tiny Lego figures. And for when they're much older, they've got a Lego set, a special one. And it's going to go up here, just on display on the top of the shelves at the moment because they're way too little. They will just swallow the Lego at the moment if they have any. And the cutest little toy yellow frog. Very adorable. They've got lots of toys already on these shelves. Wonder how many more are still to come. So the shelves are installed. Oops, hold on. I've just knocked... Oh, hold on. Let me just reset all of these again. There we are. There we go. And they got this cute little stuffed penguin. It looks just like Pengu. It says Pengu the penguin, and he goes in the corner. Makes a wonderful display piece. And... what else? Let's move Henry out of the way. We've still got a bit more space here to fill. Let's put in another light up here on our little sticky outy bit left over from the wall we removed. And the light's a special one because it's got a balloon puppy as part of its decoration. And we've got the light on the top, and I think I might add a bit of yellow down the bottom as well on the underneath. And that will really fill that light out. That's lovely. That's a wonderful little wall light. What else? Oh, we need a high chair. That's a bit too exciting. So we've only got really room for one high chair at the moment. We're really going to have to think about how we're going to feed all these babies. But let's put this high chair over here in this little space. They're still too little for a high chair, so we'll just store it there for now. And we'll put a play mat down on the floor. In nice bright colours again. So many bright colours in here. Babies love all the bright colours. Stimulates their senses. Makes it very interesting for them to look around. And some nice big toys for them to play with on the playmat. Look at this stuffed bunny. Isn't it the cutest thing? Put it over here on the playmat. And I think a wind-up toy car. This will be really great for them to practice their gross motor skills. And it'll just be fun to drive around on the playmat. Oh, look. Look, there it goes. We can drive it over here and it can go all over the floor, and that means Sophie and Henry will trip over it in the middle of the night because it'll just be left out. Poor Sophie and Henry, the perils of being a parent. Let's try out this high chair with one of our little babies. There, he looks so cute in there. He looks teeny tiny in that high chair. So now the babies have got a playroom and they have got a nursery, and Henry is just checking out this playroom. He just wants to play with all the toys himself, I think. I know I would. It looks like so much fun in there. Let's install these rooms back into our apartment block. And this apartment block is really starting to look very colourful and full of life. A whole new family, a whole big family in it. So there are the babies' rooms, their nursery and their playroom. And we'll put the little studio apartment up on the top. And, oh, now we've got a big empty space next to the bed, so we might just make a nice, quick, easy stand for Henry's guitar, so that way it's not just lying down on the floor next to the lounge, because with babies around, that guitar is not going to be safe. It's going to be broken in an instant. So if we put it on a stand, it might be a little bit safer. What do you think, Henry? Yes, he thinks it's awesome, and it is. So let's have a look at how these all look together. those two top floors look fantastic. What are we going to put on the bottom level of this apartment block? What do you think we should renovate the first floor of this apartment block into? It's going to be so much fun, and it's going to look absolutely spectacular when it's finished. And now Sophie and Henry have got all the room in the world for these babies. Mind you, babies grow very quickly and they're going to outgrow this room very soon. So we'll have to renovate this floor again pretty quickly too, to make toddler rooms and children rooms, and they could each have their own individual rooms, all themed to their own tastes. We've made the top floor into a studio apartment for the newlyweds Henry and Sophie. The middle floor turned into a nursery for the unexpected triplets. And thanks to your comments, I now know what we're going to build on the bottom floor of the old Heart Lake Performance School. And make sure you stick around, because today we're going to find out the names of these gorgeous triplet babies. I had so many marvelous suggestions from you guys about what to build on the bottom floor here of what's actually turned out to be Sophie and Henry's whole house, which is not how I had originally intended it, but that's how life often goes, so we just roll with it. Right, demolishing downstairs first. We're getting rid of all of this cafeteria stuff. Lockers are gone. Are you ready to find out what the theme for the bottom floor is going to be? Well, I laughed my head off when a couple of you suggested in the comments that we make the bottom floor a ball pit for the babies. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous and hilarious, and that is what we're going to do. We're not going to leave it like this. I'm actually going to pull it all apart after we've done it later, but for this week we're going to turn it into a ball pit. So the first thing we're going to need is a slide to get down into this ball pit. Babies are going to have the best time. We're actually going to prop this slide up with a bit of a play area, like a little playhouse. So we've got a windowy door thing down here, and we'll put another windowy bit. Actually, we might put a roof on here first. Put a bit of a roof on our window, on our doory window, so they can actually climb out through there and they can peek up out through the window. Oh, that's so cute. And to actually access the slide, I have put a hole in the floor in the playpen. Now that is entirely not safe, but this is just silly. They're going to be put, if their parents put them in the playpen, they're just going to fall straight down on the slide into the ball pit. Let's try this out with our little green swaddle baby. Let's go. Whee! Oh, that's not safe at all. It just bounced straight out again. Of course, we haven't put the balls down, so that is not safe for babies. So not safe. Let's make it a little safer. Oh my goodness. All right, I am actually going to take out a little bit of these internal pillars. In fact, I might take them entirely out, might take those arches out entirely in a minute. I'll see how much I hate having them hanging over there, but they are needed for a bit of structure for the floors above. And we're going to make a nice glass wall along here. Well, not glass, it's going to be perspex, because that's safer for babies. So a perspex wall so we can see the babies when they're diving under the balls into the ball pit. And we're going to smooth along the top. And I'm having entirely too much fun. Now, that's basically it. I mean, what more do you need for a ball pit except for a whole heap of balls? And we're going to use all these single studs that you have a whole load of when you have Lego sets. You even get spares. We're going to fill this up with all of our little balls. Put them down the slide. Fill it right up to the very brim. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. There's balls in the play area under the slide. There are balls everywhere. They're actually falling out. Isn't that so colourful? We'll put the playroom back so they're ready to go down the slide, and here we go! The naming of the baby! The first one, the little boy in the green swaddle. Here were some of the most popular names, but the most popular by far, you Harry Potter fans you, was Harry! So this little fella, his name is Harry. Hi Harry! You want to go down the slide first? Off you go! Whee! Oh, God. He slalomed off the top of those balls. He's having a great time. Who's going to join him next? Well, it's going to be our other little boy in the blue swaddle. What names do we have to choose from here? Now, the second most popular name, we had some really good ones for the boys, but the second most popular name was Alex. So down you go, Alex. We've got Harry and Alex is coming down. Here we go. Go on, Alex. And drop. Oh, he's landed on his head. But it's in a pit full of balls, so he should be all right. He looks okay. It's time to name a little girl, the little pink swaddled baby. Now, most popular names were Lily, Violet, and Sophia, but the overall most popular name was Violet. So that's going to be her name. So the 3 babies, let's send Violet down. Violet is going down to join. Oh no, hold on, she's landed on her face. No, she's righted herself. She's okay. So we have Violet and Alex and Harry all there in the ball pit. Now, where are these babies' parents? They need a responsible adult. Oh, here comes Henry. Not certain he's being a responsible adult. He just fell out. Let's see that again. Oh my goodness. Once again in extra slow motion. Oh, he's crashed on the floor. Oh, Henry, let's try it again and see if you actually land in the ball pit. And here we go. There we are. Obviously, it's fun for parents, but it's not designed for them. It's designed for the babies. Now, I have a serious concern. Sophie has been out shopping, and these little mischief makers here at the bottom window, they haven't told her that we've turned the bottom floor into a ball pit. So she's come home now with the shopping. She's going to open the door. And she's seriously wondering what is going on here, while the other ratbags are still busy giggling over there at the window. Cheeky monkeys that they are. But she loves a ball pit as much as the next mum, and she's in there with them as well. Best bottom floor renovation ever. I'm going to let them have some fun in this for a little while, but we are going to change it up a little later. But in the meantime, let's put the rest of this house back together. Doesn't it look cool there? It looks so cool. I have to be careful putting the other floors on because I've taken out the internal support structure. So I just don't want to press down too hard on the middle, otherwise it'll all collapse in. But it looks so cool. Their bottom floor is a ball pit with a slide. I want to go and live there, but I can't. But it is now time to make the bottom floor something functional and usable for Sophie and Henry and their family. Now, I have thought long and hard about what should be on the bottom floor of this. Hold on, what is that? Is that a brown box? Did a box just appear outside their front door? Okay, this is entirely not what I planned. We're going to investigate what is inside the mystery box. What could it possibly be? It's way too small to fit everything we need to fill the bottom floor of the house. Oh, hold on. It's mice? Seriously? Mice? Who sends people a box of mice? This is like the worst housewarming present ever. Oh my goodness, well, if we have mice, then we're going to need to build them an enclosure. So before we start on the bottom floor, let's get that started. Because even though mice are incredibly cute, we don't want them running around everywhere. So a little habitat for the mice. Let me see. We're going to make it glass, well, plastic, but glass all the way around. And we're going to need some little mice runs, some little ramps. So let's make one. We'll put it, hang off the side. Let's see first. There we go. That's going to work perfectly. That's really cute. They are adorable now that I'm getting used to them being here. Now maybe we'll try another ramp up here and we'll try and angle it in the opposite direction and we'll make it a different color just to keep things cheerful and vibrant and interesting. And I wonder if this is going to work. Let me see. If we put the mousey here, we can... Maybe if the mouse might need to go up here. So I might need to put my piece with the studs on up the top and my little smooth piece down the bottom just so that I've got some options there. So the mouse could possibly, I like it back where it was anyway. There we go. You have to experiment. You have to find out what works best for you. So we can put this over here up on the side. And now that we've got the habitat finished, we can start filling it in. We've got the glass front and some lights up here. Looks like the mice are here to stay, and this one looks like it might even be a rat. I don't know, but this rat's actually trying to escape. It's up here on the top. This is really cute. Look at its pointy little nose. All right, where are we going to put this? Okay, right, over here, right next to the door is a really sweet place. Okay, so we have now got quite a large mouse enclosure and one token rat on the bottom floor of Sophie and Henry's house. Now, hold on, who is this? Is that Hermione? Okay, apparently there's an emergency at Hogwarts and she needs Sophie and Henry to look after the owls because the owlery had to close. Okay, that's not really much of an explanation, but she's off already. She is really in a hurry. And now Sophie and Henry have 2 owls to look after. Okay, right. Okay, owls, we can do this. Let's build an owl roost. So we're going to need some kind of sticky tree type thing for them to roost in. They like to be up high and they like to be in the dark, I suppose, because they are owls. Or kind of, we might put them over here in the corner, far, far away from the mice. Because owls eat mice. Okay, so 2 owls. All right, hold on. Who is this? It's the postman. The postman has just left a parcel. Henry says it's the frogs he ordered. The frogs you ordered? Are you insane? You have 3 babies. What did you want with frogs? Okay, they were sent from the jungle. Okay. All right, so frogs. Right, let's make a frog habitat then. So a terrarium. What would the frogs like? They will like it to be humid, and they'd like green things in here and brown woody things that they can jump on and leafy things so they can hide under them and sit on them. So that seems pretty simple. We can do that. And a little branchy thing. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So let's install some frogs. Oh gosh. Right. Okay. And this red one looks exceptionally poisonous. So yeah, I hope Henry knows what he's doing. And we'll put this one up here. And I think we can put some glass on the front. And to keep them in and not hop all over the place, we'll put some greenery on the top, and that's a lovely terrarium. Okay, where are we going to put this now? Over here. Right, next to the owls. Okay, because owls don't eat frogs. Yeah, they really do. Okay, well, hopefully everybody will get along down here. Oh my goodness, who is this now? Okay, apparently Stephanie was at soccer practice and these hamsters were just running around there. Nobody seemed to own them and people were picking on the blue one simply because he was blue, and Stephanie knew that they would be so safe at Sophie and Henry's place, so she brought them straight here. Well, that's marvellous. Okay. Oh, this is easy. We can do a version of the hamster habitat from the friendship house, from the Lego Friends friendship house. So we'll do it almost exactly the same, but a little bit different because it has to obviously fit into Sophie and Henry's house. So let's see, we're going to extend the watering pipe just a little bit further up because I have a plan for this to actually help support the roof. So we'll do that in a moment. And of course we need the little hamster wheel because that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Did you see it in the friendship house? It's so adorable. They keep their hamsters out in the garage. Okay, all right. So hamster wheel, and I need to put that in the right way around. And the little blue hamster gets first go on the hamster wheel because he needs cheering up. Poor little thing. Whoop, except he's going backwards. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, all right. So the other hamsters can move into their new hamster house. And they can live here at Sophie and Henry's until maybe they get rehomed somewhere. And, okay. Yeah, all right. Let's go and move the hamster house into Sophie and Henry's house. Bye, Stephanie. Thanks for bringing the hamsters. I'm sure we'll get on with fitting out this bottom floor soon. Actually, we need to extend this bottom floor because we're running out of room. So let's extend out into the backyard. And we're going to connect these green pieces here with the hamster house. Now, I want this pipe to actually help support the floor above. And if I'm feeling a little bit clever, that will actually work. Yes, I think that's worked. Yeah, oh, that's cute. That's very cute. Okay, now we'll just put a few more connectors here, I think, to help hold our outside garden in next to our bottom floor. Okay, well, we've currently filled this with pets which need rehoming. Okay, well, let's fill out the outside. Let's make a garden, because I think they're going to need some veggies. Oh, hold on. If I'm going to make a veggie garden, I need some dirt, right? So we'll do some dirt. We'll put fencing around it to keep the animals out because there appear to be lots of them. And they're growing carrots in here. Actually, I might move the carrots over so we've got a little bit more room. We want to fit as much as we can into this veggie garden. And some strawberries. Yum. Fresh strawberries from the garden are delicious. And No, that doesn't work. Hold on, let's move that over a bit more to a pumpkin vine, because pumpkins are very healthy. Even if they're not overly tasty, they're really tasty when you roast them and they get caramelized. Yep, okay, all right. All right, so I don't know how my plan for actually doing the bottom floor here is going, but oh, hold on, who is this now? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Mia. Oh, hi, Mia. Okay, so she has brought the horse trailer, and where's she gone? Okay, well, she's brought a horse. That's fine. Sophie's good with horses, and she's... Oh, it's full of farm animals. Really naughty farm animals that are running away. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, well, apparently the local petting farm has had to close down. They've gone out of business, and Mia knew that Sophie and Henry... Where is that lamb going? Oh my goodness. Mia knew that Sophie and Henry would be able to give them a loving home until they could find new ones. Okay. Oh, chickens too. Oh, that's wonderful. 3 chickens. All right, we can handle this. We can do this. Oh, and Mia has brought a bucket load of pet food. So that is very, very welcome considering how things are going at the moment. All right. Thanks, Mia. That was really thoughtful of you to think of Sophie and Henry when the animals needed homes. Right. Okay. Well, let's go and move them in. Let's find some places for these animals to live. But before we do that, let's store all of this food safely over here. So we'll stack it. We've got some dog food and hedgehog food and cat food and some rabbit food and some hamster food. And I'll move this one back a bit so that I can keep all the food together, and some horse food. And I'm just going to change this one over to one with a little stud so that I can stick all the food together. Keep it neatly stacked. And I might just move that over there. Right, we have got food, pet food. Oh, okay. And Henry has found the lamb, the little lamb. I think it's time for a change of outfit because they're going to need some outside clothes. So Henry is going to be mucking out here with the farm animals, so he's going to put on his working gear. And Sophie, I think her vet skills are going to be called in soon. So she's going to have some sensible shoes for working outside and her vet's uniform, and I think she's going to need a stethoscope too. Right. All right, let's keep that pig under control and let's organise a home for the chickens first. So somewhere for them to roost, where they can lay eggs, where they can feel safe, and might need a little... Yeah, so it's going to be some straw up here because they like being up on top of the straw. A little ramp to get up to their roost. And look, see, they've moved in already. Oh, actually, they need a laying box. So let's make this a laying box. So the little chicken can go on there. And look, she's already laid an egg. She's obviously moved in and feels really, really comfortable here at Sophie and Henry's place. So let's put it over here in front of all the food. Oh, hold on. I'm going to need an extra brick under here. Let's use this one. Perfect. Okay. A nice big corral for the horse. We'll make it nice and simple. We'll just put fencing up. I mean, the horse really doesn't need much more than that. It's going to have to be taken out to be exercised, but this will keep it safe here in Sophie and Henry's place for now. That's cute. Let's put a little stud at the back here so that we can put our horsey on an angle and a little bit of a feed bucket. And now the horse has got a home. And for the other little farm animals, maybe we're going to need a whole heap of straw, a whole heap of hay for them to nibble on. So we'll pile some up over here in the corner. Actually, we might pile it a little bit further over here. Lovely. Another one on the top. And here comes the lamb straight up the top. It's a curious, really, really cheeky lamb. And some little fencing, because they're only little animals. Can they jump? Can pigs jump? I don't know. Let's put the pigs in here. And, oh, he's fallen on his face. Let's get him a stud he can stand on. There. And this way I can angle him too. Oh, he's looking at you. He's very cute. And Henry's got the big pig in here too. The bigger piggy. There we go. All right. Farm animals are organised. And, oh, look, the horse and the lamb, they're already bonding. Okay, I think it might be at the time now to build a path. So let's add a stone pathway here. I'm just going to kind of sketch it out. Can you sketch with Lego? So I'm just going to mark them out by kind of sitting them above. And when I like where they're positioned, then I'll push them all down. because it's a real pain to have to pick them all up when you don't like how you've had them. That'll do. I like that. That's a cute little cobbledy path. Oh no, hold on. Emma's here. Emma has got cats, lots of cats, including one has its bottom right in her face. That cannot be comfortable for scootering. So Emma saw these cats wandering around the streets with no homes, no owners, so she thought that Sophie and Henry could look after them because Sophie and Henry are so kind and really good with animals, and she's off. Right, okay. Thanks, Emma. Thanks for the cats. Okay, all right. Something for the cats. Let's make the cats a nice kind of scratching post. So they like to be up high and they really don't like being with each other. I'm actually going to use this. I'm going to try and be a bit clever. That's why I've hung this off the side. I'm going to connect it over here. No, actually, I've decided against that. I've decided I'm going to add a nice big bit of green. No, okay. I'm just going to sit it on the top and connect this extra bit here. Good. Okay. All right. Okay, cats, welcome to Sophie and Henry's place. We're pleased to have you here. Oh, I've just collapsed that. Oh my goodness. Now, where's that other kitty? Oh, I know. Let's use the box that the frogs came in, because if I fits, I sits. Cats love sitting in boxes. That's so cute. Oh, and here's Sophie and Henry's actual cat. Oh, and she seems really pleased to have all of these cat friends, which is entirely unlike cat behaviour. And oh no, my goodness, is that Olivia? Wow, Olivia's here. That's great news. Olivia has brought some dogs. Okay, just random dogs, and she's driven off. And there's no explanation. And now we have 3 dogs here at Sophie and Henry's place. Okay. Okay, these puppies must have owners. So until their owners can be found, let's just make them comfortable here at Sophie and Henry's place. So we'll put a little box in, chuck in a couple of bones for nibbling on, and a stick for throwing and fetching, and a ball. A ball also for throwing and fetching. Oh, that's cute. That chihuahua is so tiny. I wonder who the chihuahua belongs to. Oh, and the little pug is so cute too. If no one claims them, I think Sophie and Henry is going to want to keep them. They are really, really adorable. Okay, rightio. Dogs, cats, hamsters, pigs, owls, mice. What else could we have? Oh, it's Andrea! Hooray! Oh my goodness. Okay, well, all right. So apparently Andrea was at the park doing her puppet show, and this little rabbit got bumped into by a scooter. And oh, she brought us straight here to Sophie for vet care, and Sophie is right on it. In fact, oh, hold on, Sophie. Come back. It's not just the one rabbit. Yeah, okay. So apparently the mummy rabbit wouldn't go anywhere without all her babies. So we now have a lot of baby rabbits here at Sophie and Henry's place. And I think I'm just going to fly this out because it's not going to be safe to drive with all those rabbits. Andrea's gone, and now we need to make homes for the rabbits. So let's move them into the garden. Let's get the mummy rabbit sorted out first because she's taken quite a bit of a bump. Looks like Sophie is already on that. And let's, oh, hold on, that's too close. Let's move the, I've lost that bit. Let's move the baby rabbits in too. Oh, how are we going to keep them out of the garden bed? Out of there. Don't nibble on the carrots yet. You can have some carrots at dinner time. So many rabbits. Look at the cute little brown one. There's just one little brown one. Oh, there's still more. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, they're very, very cute though. Okay, lots of rabbits. This is just looking like a positive animal rescue. So I think, oh look, the hedgehog heard that it was really nice over here at Sophie and Henry's place, so he's moved in, and the skunk has come for a look-see too. Okay, everybody's here. Everybody is here. Okay, all right. Well, it looks like that the bottom floor here of Sophie and Henry's apartment is actually a pet rescue. Who is that now? Okay, this is just ridiculous. Stephanie has turned up on a windsurfer, even though there is no water. She has delivered a turtle, and she has driven off, floated off. I don't know what, because there was no water. Okay. All right, so turtle. All right, turtle habitat. We need a little pond. This is getting ridiculous. This has got to be it. There's no more room at the inn. Okay, so we've got some little rocks, and we're going to use this green one as a connector, and some water plants, little reeds, some little flowers. I think that looks pretty. I think that looks like a perfect turtle habitat. Okay, we'll put it over here near the horse. And you know what? I think for today, I think we might be at maximum animal rescue. I think we are at capacity. So there you go. The bottom of Sophie and Henry's house is a pet rescue. That's not necessarily what I had in mind, and it's turned out quite crazy, but I think it's turned out perfect for both of them. So let's put the rest of the house back on and see whether it will still stay standing. It looks pretty good. The babies are still asleep. The babies slept through all that. They're amazing. Well, here we are back at Sophie and Henry's house, and wow, so many things have happened here. Last week, things got a little bit out of hand with lots and lots of animals being delivered, so basically their bottom floor turned into an animal refuge. But something very exciting is happening today. Something to do with the triplets. Yes, it is birthday time for the triplets. They are aging up, and for that, to see what they actually look like as little kids, we need a little kid mini doll, and this is a bit tricky because toddler or kid mini dolls do not actually exist. So, a bit of a problem there. Let's take a look at the minifigures, because they do have kids. So, let's have a look at the ratio. Here's a normal minifigure and here's a kid minifigure. And you can tell she's a kid because she's got freckles and her legs are shorter. So, let's see what we can do with mini dolls. So, if we've got Sophie and we put together a kid, she looks cute, but she's the same size as Sophie. Even with freckles and the cute little pigtails, you can tell that she's obviously not a kid. So we're going to make a kid mini doll today, and we are going to need to do some serious alterations. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shorten her torso. So I'm going to sand off about 1 millimeter, just kind of mid this white line. Sand this off. Are you ready? And we're going to make her body a little bit shorter, and we'll see what that achieves whether we actually make her look a little bit more like a kid. So we're going to be doing this for a little while, because you're better off doing it slowly, because you can always take more off, but you cannot put more back on if you have made a mistake and sanded too much off. So a little bit at a time and keep checking. Now this I think is pretty good. Let's see. Whoa, look at that. It's a snug fit now. And that looks good. I've actually sanded. I haven't done a really great job at making that flat. It's a bit bigger at the back than the front, so I'll keep sanding the back in a moment. But let's check that now. Oh, that's cute. Yes, you can definitely tell now that we're on the right track, but we now need to do some serious plastic surgery. We are about to take some rather large segments out of her legs. Are you ready for this? Sophie, you might want to look away because this is going to be rather drastic. We're going off to my sawing table, and I've actually marked out where I am going to saw these legs off. And, oh, hold on, we might start down the bottom here. So here we go. All right, feel free to look away if you are squeamish. These legs are coming off. And there goes a foot. Let's see that again. And there it goes. Right, I'll pick that up off the floor in a moment. Let's take the other one off. And we've got 2 feet off. Now let's take a rather large portion out of the middle of the legs and see how this all works out. Good, she's done. Alright, where are those feet? Let me find them and we'll go back to my table. Okay, here we go. She is looking kind of weird at the moment, but we're going to reattach these feet to her existing legs now. Well, to what we currently now have as her legs. And I think it will turn out looking okay. So before we do that, we want to make sure that everything is nice and flat. Otherwise she's going to be on a lean and we're going to have to call her Eileen. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing, poor thing. Well, she's got no legs. And to sand off the actual little feet, I'm going to end up sanding my fingers. So if I put them on here, this gives me a nice firm block to hold them on, and it means that I'll be sanding both of these to the same level rather than one more than the other. We'll just move Sophie out of the way because it's very dangerous at the moment while we're doing major alterations to the mini doll. Hacking parts off her. It's all going to end up all right in the end, I hope. We'll see. Okay, they look level. hopefully they are. There's a little bit of, we just want to get these little rough edges off, but we don't want to bevel in too far, otherwise it's going to look weird. It's possibly going to look weird anyway, but let's find out. All right, yeah, okay. So mini doll feet are actually angled in, so if we put her on a Lego block to actually glue everything back together again, this way we can angle them evenly. Let's just we'll keep doing little tiny adjustments till they're even. And that way she can then go back on a Lego base plate afterwards too. So let me see, and we'll keep her nice and steady while she's gluing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's still little tiny bits of rough plastic on the edge. We'll just get rid of that and yeah, okay, all right. Now it's the moment of truth. We're gonna see whether we can get these glued. So I've got a 2-part epoxy here, which I'm using because I only want to use a tiny bit, and I know that this is a very, very strong glue. It's going to cure really hard, and you only need the tiniest bit, and we don't want much on there, otherwise the glue's actually just gonna get pushed out the side and bubble up and over. So we don't want that. There's gonna be a little bit of bubbling. But that looks pretty good. We need to make sure that she's perfectly lined up, because once this has dried, it is not moving again. Oh, hold on, she's tipping over backwards. Now, this epoxy actually takes 24 hours to properly cure, so I am going to leave her there. And now she should be ready. So here's the moment of truth. She came off, she was fine, and her legs are stuck together. They should be as strong as concrete now. This glue is very, very strong. Now, I actually am not very convinced by her face and her pigtails. I think she might need smaller features kind of to look more like a kid. So I'm going to try Emily Jones's face. That might work. Let's check this out with the piggy tails and see how that works, because I really love these piggy tails. Oh, that's really, really cute. Oh, let's see what she looks like next to Sophie. The piggy tails make her look as though she's a little bit taller though, so I'm going to try another hairpiece and see if we can't just make her look just a little bit smaller. Oh, I love that. That's perfect. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Oh, she looks so cute. Oh, I'm absolutely thrilled now. Her legs do look kind of weird, so we're going to try an optical illusion on this. I'm going to paint some socks on her up to the cut line, and that way the cut line won't look so obvious, and hopefully we'll be able to disguise it a little bit. Oh, I've still got a little bit of pink on this brush. That's not a pure white. That's okay, we'll just put on another coat once that's dry. And a second coat, and she's got socks! Oh, look, Sophie's so thrilled. She has got a little girl who's now a little girl, a baby who's turned into a little girl. And Henry's thrilled as well. But hold on, guys. You have triplets. So let's make this happen. Let's reverse this a bit. Let's pretend Sophie hasn't actually seen Violet as a kid. And let's have their birthdays. We need a birthday cake. Who's got a birthday cake? I've got a birthday cake. Here we go. All right. Who's aging up first? It's Violet. There we go. We've already seen Violet as a kid, but how are the boys turning out? Here's Harry and Alex. Oh, and the boys actually turn out, their legs are a little bit more convincing than the girls because the pants are a bit thicker at the top, so they connect up quite nicely. So look at Harry. He's so cute with his freckles. Oh, and Alex also has freckles, and he's got a little cat. I put a little cat motif on his shirt. So there we go, Sophie and Henry. Your babies are now kids. I don't know quite how old they are, but they still love their teddies. How old do you think they are? Oh, they're so cute. Oh, that's not cute. You should not be hitting people with your teddies. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, I think Sophie and Henry are going to have their hands full now that these kids have... Oh my goodness. They were much easier when they were just babies all wrapped up in swaddles. Now they can run around and hit each other with teddies. Oh well, they are going to be lots of fun and lots of mischief by the look of it. Oh, but here comes Harry. He's going to sit down and have a peaceful play with his teddy. Now, I would like everybody to gather in for a family photo, please. They're all sitting very nicely. They're all staring at the camera. Quick, take a picture. Say cheese. Oh gosh, that flash, wow. Oh, but it's a beautiful family photo. Wow, Sophie and Henry, you have a beautiful family. Actually, we're going along with Sophie and Henry and the triplets. They're going on a road trip today. In fact, Henry has been doing up this old van so that there's enough room for all the triplets. Well, kind of. How is there enough room for everybody in there? Let's see. Sophie's going to sit in the front here with Henry because adults in the front. And in the back, we're going to put Violet over here. And we're going to put Alex next to her. Stop hitting each other. No, come on. Just be nice or you'll have to stay behind. And we're going to put Harry in the back. That looks totally safe and legal, right? Okay, everybody fits in, just barely. So Henry's driving at the speed of Miss Daisy, which is probably a good thing because Harry is standing up. Sit down, Harry. Well, where are they going? This is very exciting. They are going to the new roller coaster, and check this out. How big is it? It is so huge. Are they here yet? Oh my gosh, look how tiny their van is down the bottom of the roller coaster. Oh, watch out for Stephanie, Henry. Oh, I just narrowly avoided hitting Stephanie, but they're here. This is so exciting. In fact, Harry is so excited that, you can't start this by hitting your sister and knocking her over. So let's try it all over again. Okay, very excited. Let's go and get some tickets. Come on, everybody. Let's go and see. Oh my goodness, the ticket guy has got the most awesome news. Today is free ride the roller coaster day. So everybody gets to ride the roller coaster free. Hence the name free roller coaster ride. This is very, very exciting. Everybody, let's go. Where did they go? They've gone in the wrong direction. Come back. Come this way. You got to go through this path. That's right. Follow Harry. Though I don't know that that's always a good idea to follow Harry. Oh, Harry has found, the measure chart. Now, no, we're not going to be able to get everybody in here. Let's pull this out. Come on, Harry. Can you bring it out? And we're going to measure everybody up and see whether you are all tall enough. Oh my goodness, I hope everyone is tall enough to go because that would be devastating. Okay, Harry first. Let me see. His hair just tips over the notch. He's good. What about Violet? Violet. Oh, wow, this is very exciting. Oh no, I hope Alex can fit. It would be so sad if he missed out. Oh, he's good too. And Sophie and Henry, well, they'll definitely be okay. Look at that. Oh, wow, yes, so good. Okay. Oh, hold on. Stephanie, your teddy is too small to go. I'm so sorry. Oh, poor teddy. But back here at the roller coaster, they're all lined up here now, ready to hop in. Here comes the first set of carriages, and Olivia's going to hop in first because she's been waiting here for a while, and we have a really big problem here because these are actually sized for minifigures, not mini dolls. And I've already actually adapted this little train over here to fit mini dolls. But we've got so many mini dolls here today who want to ride, and they all get to ride for free. So we need more than just these 3 carriages. I'm going to adapt the other 3 as well, and I'll show you how easy it is to change this over so we can ride some mini dolls in it instead of the minifigures. So we'll take this off here, and we are going to adapt it, of course. We're going to change it just a little bit. So we're going to take out this black grill, which helps keep the minifigures in, and we just need to make it 1 stud longer because the mini dolls are a little bit longer. And this little bar over the top will hold their feet in place and make them perfectly safe, even if they were doing a loop-the-loop, which the roller coaster doesn't do, I don't think. I don't know. I suppose we're going to find out really soon. So now we can just pretty up the front again, and it's ready. So let's do the same thing, or very similar, to the other carriages here. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We'll put Henry in here, and we just put that little curved piece over his feet, and then he is so safe and secure. Nobody's going to fall out today. It's going to be the best day at the roller coaster ever. And we've got room for 1 more passenger here, so we'll adapt this one too. We're going to put Alex in here, and he's a teeny bit shorter, but that's okay. We just squish him up a little bit further, and his feet are now firmly trapped underneath our overarch thing. I'm sure it has a technical name, but I'm calling it the overarch thing. And now we can put this back on and we get to ride the roller coaster. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. All right, is everybody safely strapped in? Oh, actually, they're not yet because we've only got one car ready here. So let's get the other little train ready. We'll drive it up nice and close. Who's ready? So Violet's ready. We'll put her at the front. She's feeling very brave today. And, oh, Mia, you got to finish your drink first. So Mia's going to wait. And Harry is going to go in here behind Violet. He's far enough away that they're not going to be busy poking each other, which is good. And they're going to need a supervising adult to go with them. So Sophie is going to come on here too, and Mia will be very patient and she'll wait back here behind. There we go, till she's finished her drink. Okay, they're ready, let's move them back. So we can actually do this manually and make them go around, and I'm not actually going to show you how to do it manually because I've hooked it up to a motor. So they go up this little chain lift and the motor makes it go, and there's also this little motion sensor here too, because I've connected this up to the boost motor, which means we can code it and make it actually go. So let's turn our boost on. There we are. And there are actually already a couple of little coded things in here ready to go. We'll just use them. So first up we need to turn it on. So let's turn the power on and then we can make this go. So when we press this little play button here, it goes. It makes the chain lift start going. Isn't that awesome? And we can also have music and sound. So this little code up the top adds sound effects and music. So let's send them on their way. Here we go. They're going up. Oh, it's so high. Let's send the other one going too. Let's make them both go at the same time with a little bit of a distance between them. There they go. Oh, they're at the top. Here we go and go. Oh, oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. The next one's going around. Oh, they just keep going around. So it just keeps going and going. Do not stand up. Very important. Look at that. There's no head height there. They will fall out if they stand up. How awesome is this? I'm so glad they didn't miss Free Ride the Roller Coaster Day. It's the best day ever. Round they go and ready. Whee! Down they go. There's no loop-the-loop. That's a bit sad, but that's okay. All right, round they go again. No, Harry's standing up. Oh, Harry's fallen off. Oh, and Sophie doesn't really seem to care too much. Maybe she didn't notice. But Harry is now lying down the bottom in the swamp. That's what happens when you stand up. There are consequences for your actions. Meanwhile, the roller coaster is still going quite happily. Right, let's rescue Harry so they can have a bit more fun on here. And he's going to stay sitting down. So they just go round and round and round and round. Hold on, there's a whole heap of people waiting down here now and they're not stopping. I think they might have to stop. They're not stopping though, are they? They're going to have to stop and give somebody else a go. Now I can fix this. I can stop them by pulling out that little lever there. So when they come around, they're going to have to stop. Because obviously the attendant has fallen asleep. There we are. One, the other one just banged into them. That was the most awesome ride ever. Oh, they're going to collect their photos now. Let's see what the photos look like. Okay, they look nothing like them whatsoever. Obviously being on a roller coaster changes her appearance entirely. Oh, she's got an enormous fairy floss. But she's not going to share. She says Mummy said she didn't have to share. Wow, yet literally 2 minutes earlier, Sophie bought the fairy floss on the condition that Violet shared it with her brothers because it's so big. And Violet said, sure, Mummy, no problem. Okay, it's time to gather back in the van, everyone. Oh, here comes Violet. She's running really fast. Now, why is that? It's because her brothers are chasing her. Oh, watch out, Harry. You almost ran into Sophie. Come on, babies. It's time to go home. Let's go. Everybody back in the van. They're not following, are they? Oh, they're being nincompoops. Come on, boys. Come on, or we're leaving without you. Come on, here they come. All right, everybody in the van. Time to head back home again. Oh, look at that van. It's so packed. Oh, it smells like feet. Put your shoes back on, Alex. Oh, and there's fairy floss in everybody's hair. Be careful where you wave that, Violet. I don't think Henry has any idea where he's going. Oh, hold on. I think he's found the way now. I think they're on the right path now. Oh, now there were a couple of bloopers if you would like to see them. Oh, this was the first time I sent the train around And there was a bit of a hitch. Yeah, so not safe, this roller coaster. And then when Harry decided he wanted to stand up, he was fine. He went round perfectly fine. And that just shouldn't happen because you shouldn't be standing up. Now, we are at Sophie and Henry's house and we are going to renovate again. The babies have aged up and they are now about 5 or 6 years old and they do not fit into these cribs by any stretch of the imagination. Look at that. Poor Alex looks so uncomfortable. Today is renovation day. We're going to turn the baby's room and the playroom into small kids' rooms. So perfect size for their needs now. And we're also going to, oh, look at this. We are going to fix the hole in the floor here because the kids have been falling into the owls. It's been terrible. So we'll definitely fix the floor there. Okay. We've ostensibly got 2 rooms here, which interconnect with each other. So I've decided that Violet, as the only girl, is going to get her own room and the boys are going to share, but they'll be okay with that because they don't take up much room at all and they love sharing at the moment. They share all their toys. In fact, we're going to keep some of these things that we're taking out. We don't want to get rid of their treasured toys. They're still kids. In fact, they might want to keep them until they're adults, like the butterflies and the teddies. They're going to be very, very precious to them. So we're going to work them back into their new rooms too. But we're definitely getting rid of these cribs and we're going to need some bigger beds that are just right for 5 or 6 year olds. So first up, let's fix this floor because it was quite dangerous. Put the kids in the crib and they just fell straight through onto the owls in the tree straight below. So now the floor is perfectly safe and we can start. So this is going to be Violet's room. Violet is wearing her new Ellie V Toys t-shirt. I made her own t-shirt. She looks really cute in it. Let's start at the top here. I've actually decided that I would like these rooms to just be a little bit taller. So we're going to have a bit more space to fit stuff in. They're going to have a bit more headroom. So just a little bit taller, and now we can put all of the smooth pieces back on again. And we'll do this to the other room as well, but we'll just check that it's still going to stack beautifully. It's not going to be a problem that it's going to be a little bit taller. Okay, good. We've got a nice blank canvas. Oh, I forgot to show you. I actually made new toddler legs for Violet because this comment here made me think that there was a better way to do it. So if we cut off directly underneath the skirt, you don't see the seams so much as when we cut off down around her ankles. It actually makes a much tighter join. There's a bigger surface area. So these are the original ones here. I've actually had to redo this a couple of times because it's hard to get the glue to stay there. It's actually a much weaker join point. So cutting them off underneath the skirt has worked really well, though I do like the tapering in at the legs when you cut it at the ankle. So it's time for Lego to make some toddler dolls, I think. But on to the bed. She's going to need a bed and she's going to get the cutest bed imaginable. We're going to make her a bed that we can actually tuck her into. Or I hope so. We'll see how it turns out. So we kind of start like a box. So we've got white sheets in there and the pink's going to keep her in on the side. And here's her pillow. It's all looking very comfortable so far. Now she just needs a blanket to go over the top and a way to get in and out, obviously. So we are creating a hinge down the bottom. Unfortunately, I've only got these hinge pieces in the black, and I have made blanket patterns, a special blanket just for her out of some stickers that I had, and that looks really pretty and sweet. And if we tuck her in, look, hold on, her hair's in the way, so I think we're going to have to put her hair up in pigtails for when she goes to bed. That's better. There we go. Now it doesn't get in the way of making the blanket actually shut down. So she's going to be all snug and cozy in there. We'll tuck this in the corner, but because I want to be able to get it in and out easily, we're going to put it on these little white jumper pieces here. So I need another one for the bottom, and then we can tuck the bed in here as far away from the door that's going to lead into her brother's room as possible. So she can get a really good night's sleep. And she can be tucked in with her teddy, her precious, precious teddy. Okay, what else does her room need? Lots of things, because she's a kid. It needs lots of things. She needs a dresser. So right next to her bed, we're going to put a little dresser. And in this top drawer, she's been out collecting bugs. So she loves collecting bugs and interesting things, and she's found an ammonite. She's found a fossil. So these might be some future interests of hers. She's very interested in nature and the world around her, but she's also interested in lots of pink and violet things, because that's her name. And I've made a little kind of a box on the top. It's going to hold something, which you'll see in a moment. Oh, it's looking really great. Now, up here, we're going to make a lamp, and to make that lamp, we're actually going to use the butterfly. So she's going to have a butterfly lamp. How pretty is that? I want a butterfly lamp. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I wish I could shrink myself down and hang out in this room with Violet. She's also going to have a dress-up corner because she loves princesses. She just loves them. So she's going to have a whole heap of princess dress-ups. So we've got an Elsa cape here for when she decides that she needs to let it go and make everything frozen. And another sparkly one because, well, you know, who doesn't love sparkles? They are just gorgeous. We're going to use the little box on the top to store things up there too once it's nice and snug up against the wall. We're also going to put a display over here where we can put a princess headpiece. It's even got the right colour hair for her on it. I just thought that was so perfect. So she's going to have her dress-up corner over here near the door. Let's try and get all these in. There, she's got her princess hair, her princess headpiece, and some princess capes. And well, sometimes she might want to be a fairy or do some magic. So she's going to have a magic wand too. So we're going to put a little magic wand down here. If I can get it to stay because it keeps poking through. There we go. A perfect dress-up corner, though we're going to put some things up in the box. Of course, we're going to need some crowns. So let's find a variety of coloured crowns. We've got a pink one, and we've got this fancy gold one. And we've got, well, this one's not a crown, but I just think she needs a blue gem heart, because who doesn't? Everyone needs a blue gem heart. She looks so snuggly in there in the bed. Oh, I'm trying to get that butterfly to hang straight. Now, underneath the butterfly in the little box is a remote control. Is that going to fit there? I suppose it'll fit. It's going to stay there snugly enough. And she's keeping it safely on her bedside table where her brothers can't steal it. She's also got her fairy tale book ready here for Henry or Sophie to come and read her a bedtime story. Oh, so she can drift off into dreamland. Now, I think she needs a mat down here. So maybe a purple one. It just kind of looks boring. I want some more colour on it. So let's sparkle it up. Let's add some sparkle to this. So I have got these really cool little washi tape, these glittery thin washi tapes. They're tapes, they're sticky. So I can put them on and we can layer them and we can decorate things. And then when we get tired of them, we just peel them off and we've got our Lego left behind. So this is a fun way to decorate things. If I can just find the end of the tape, that would be a good thing. Oh, here it is. Here we go. It's really hard with all this shiny glitter. So we're going to make a little stripy rug for her floor, just as a last bit of decoration. So if we snip it off at the end, it's going to line up nicely. And then another layer of pink down the bottom. Actually, if we start with a straight edge, this is going to look much better. Oh, that's lovely. And then we're going to add some violet for Violet in the middle. It looks kind of blue. It's a very dark purple. And the sparkles make everything just perfect. In fact, the sparkles make it look textured, so kind of like it's a shaggy rug. So that's extra cool. Okay, Violet, I think your bedroom might be almost complete. Oh, hold on. No, we can't forget her cherished toy bunny. It's going to be sitting down here in the drawer next to her bed. It's just lovely. Oh, I want to hang out in Violet's room so much. Now, she can't possibly look as though she's sleeping in this bed with her big open eyes. And mini dolls so far don't have any faces that have got printed closed eyes on them. So I removed the printing and I painted some closed eyes on, specially for Violet to go to sleep, because she loves snuggling in her new bed. Aww. Doesn't she look adorable? She just looks so sweet. All children look sweet when they're asleep. It's the best time of the day. There we go. Oh, he will tuck your teddy back in again. Oh, and now she truly is asleep in her brand new bedroom just for her. Now next to her, we're going to put the boys' bedroom. Where are you, Harry and Alex? Come on, in you come. Oh, here they are. Oh, they are very excited. Oh, come on, Harry. You need to be nice to Alex. Are they actually going to be able to share a bedroom? I don't know. Well, here we go. We have built Violet her own girl's bedroom. She's so cozy in there and she doesn't have to put up with her brothers every day. But, well, she does actually because there's a doorway into the room next door, which is where their bedroom is about to be. So where are you? Come on, Harry and Alex. At you come. Let's see what we're going to do with your bedroom. Oh, look, here's Alex. And here's Harry. They're so... Oh, looks like they're going to be absolutely fantastic about sharing a room. Dear. Okay, well, let's start on some beds for these boys. And you guys in the comments, bunk beds was the only way to go. You all said, Ellie, they need bunk beds. So bunk beds it is. It's a great space-saving way to put 2 beds in the room. So we're going to make a blue one here, obviously, for Alex. And here's his white pillow. And to hold it all together, kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, we use some grey pieces. Let's see, that is not going to work. Hold on, let me try and rearrange these again. I'm sure I can get this to work with these existing pieces. Let me try one more time. Let me see, yeah. Oh no, yep, like this. Perfect, and then this one here will hold them all together. Fabulous! That's perfect. So there's one, and we're actually going to have these coming out of the wall. Looks so comfortable at the moment, but you'll see. We'll attach them to the wall, and then the boys will be able to sleep so comfortably. So a green one for Harry. Here's his nice snowy white pillow. So beautiful. And I've got some different grey pieces for the bottom here. There we go. All right. Okay, we've got our bunk beds. So to actually attach them into the wall, we're going to have to do a bit of rearranging here. So let's take some of this existing wall out and then we're just going to reorder it. So bottom bunk down here with the blue, we're going to need a little supporting piece down there for the other side. Perfect, and because the bottom bunk's always kind of dark, we're going to put the windows down here. Right next to Alex, he's going to have a nice bit of light coming through there. That's not going to fit, so we're going to need, well, definitely not going to fit. We're going to need a bit more buffer room here, a bit more headspace. Let's try this. Let's see if I can squish this in just under here. This could be interesting. It's actually really hard. I've just knocked a window out. Hold on, we have a window out. Let's get that back in. And now it looks kind of too tall. But I think they're going to need that much space. We'll check it out. Let's see. Where are you? Okay, so yeah, Alex. Yeah, I think we're going to need that much space. So up here, there's no way that we're going to be able to fit Harry up here and put another room on top of him. So we're going to extend this up like we did in Violet's room. So another layer of bricks all the way around. So it'll give a bit more height in the room. He keeps sliding off. I think his bedspread's really slippery. We need a bit of friction. So that looks like there's just enough headspace for him under there. Yep, that looks good. He's not going to be able to sit up in the middle of the night though, because he's going to bang his head on the ceiling. We might have to rearrange these a bit as we go along. But that looks okay at the moment, except he keeps falling off. I think you might need a little guard on the side to stop him from falling out. But I really like the rounded over edges. I think it looks really fantastic. Okay, we've extended our walls up here and I've put some special pieces in there because I want to hang some pictures from the walls and this is an easy way to do it. Okay, bunk beds are in and they look very comfy apart from the slipperiness factor. Now, check this out. This blew my mind. This was a comment that was left on the Violet's Rooms build video, and I had already planned the boys' room out before I even did that video, and this comment is exactly what I had planned. So that was so cool. So there's going to be superhero stuff, there's going to be comics, there's going to be a skateboard, and we are currently putting in a bookshelf to put some of that stuff onto. It's so cool how you guys can read my mind sometimes. So nice big Spider-Man poster up here, and on the top shelf of the bookcase we have got a cap display there. Might be a special cap. Oh, we could get it signed by somebody famous. That would be cool. We're also putting some roller skates up here on the top shelf, and the start of the comic book collection. We've got the Starfarer here, and up here displayed is the Everyman book and the Super Fig comic books. They're all displayed up there. They're very special ones. Now, the boys also love doing magic tricks, so they've got their magic hat there and now their magic wand. Ooh, I bet they practice on Violet. I bet she doesn't love that very much. Now, they also need some storage for their soft toys. You know how soft toys, they're so lovely and squishy, but they take up a lot of room, so storing them is actually quite tricky. So we're going to make a vertical display for their very special teddies, and they can just grab their teddies then from their bunk beds. So it's perfect. A soft toy storage stand. That's really quite hard to say, and it doesn't want to stand up either. Soft toy storage stand that won't stand up. And on the side of it, we're going to put a lamp, a little night light. A sweet one in bright orange. That might keep you awake. Looks like it's going to strobe around like an emergency light. So maybe not that soothing. We're going to tuck it right over here. That all just snugs in so perfectly. And on the top, the little panda stuffed toy, is that going to fit? I think if I squish everything, we might be able to put everybody in there. That's perfect. Oh, wow. I love it when a plan comes together. Now, over here, we're going to have a skateboard display stand and storage. Once again, I can say storage though. A stand for storage for their skateboard. Lots of S's. This is a cool skateboard. I love how a lot of the things in their room are bright orange. So vibrant, and I bet Violet steals this skateboard all the time. It really looks like her kind of thing. Now, remember in Violet's room, there was a remote control, and you let me know in the comments lots of different things you thought the remote control might be for, and do you know what? You had so many great ideas that I'm going to have to make a completely separate video with all these different remote control ideas. Some of them are pranks, some of them are hilarious, so keep writing down what you think the remote control could be used for, and I'm going to use my favorite comments in a video, which is I think going to turn into lots of pranks for Violet, Harry and Alex. But the real usage of the remote control is actually to make a remote control car set on the floor of Alex and Harry's bedroom, and it's actually going to extend into Violet's bedroom as well. And some of you already figured this out because you saw the big race day video, the Lego Friends one, and this remote control set is up in the top level, and it's so cool, and I loved it so much that I think I said that I'm going to have to use this set in a kid's bedroom somewhere. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use it here. You guys are so clever. You listen so well. I'm so proud of you. It is actually a really kind of weird bendy a racetrack here because it has to go around what we've already put in here, like the skateboard. But that's okay. It just means there's going to be extra curves for them to negotiate. It's going to make the race even more intense. And we're going to extend it here into Violet's bedroom. Look, how cool is that? So it's going to go straight through the doorway. And this way it ties the two bedrooms into one bedroom. So they're not quite so separated. So that's really cool. That's what her remote control's for. So here's her little pink car to go with her pink remote control. A green one here for Harry, a blue one for Alex, and I'm not quite sure who's in the lead at the moment. I don't know, because I don't know actually where the start and the finish is. But they're all gonna have a fabulous time playing. And we've got a book for them to read. It's very important that they do lots of reading, so we'll pop a book down here. And now we can move Harry back in, and he can sit down. Actually, he can't sit there very well. It's not very smooth. We might sit him up on his bunk bed, and then he has a really good overhead view of the race. Now, because this is a boy's bedroom, we need a token smelly sock. just left here on the floor to stink up the whole room. And now the bedroom is absolutely complete. The triplets have got their new sleeping areas. The boys have got bunk beds just like you all asked for, and Violet has got her own very, very girly room. So let's add this back to the whole house. We'll put it up here on top of this crazy, crazy animal rescue down below. Oh, that looks really sweet. We can't actually put the next level up if Harry's sitting up there. And we can put the apartment up the top here. Sophie and Henry have got no idea what's going on downstairs, which is probably quite nice for them, quite peaceful up there in the top apartment. And do you know what? We're going to have to do something about this animal rescue. I think we're going to need to rehome these animals and do something with the downstairs and the backyard. So make sure you leave your comments on what you think should happen there, and we will rebuild it very, very soon. Sophie and Henry's house, and Violet and Harry and Alex. Of course, it's all of their house. They're a whole family, and it just keeps changing, and it now looks really cool because they've got their own bedrooms. And Violet is awake and the fierce competition has started. The remote control car track is in heavy usage and I think Violet might be winning. What do you think? I think she should, really. Okie dokie, last time we tried to renovate Sophie and Henry's bottom floor, it did not quite go to plan because lots of people kept dropping past and leaving animals here and it turned into an impromptu animal refuge. And I don't know that I'm quite ready to deal with that today, but look what's happening in the triplets' bedrooms. Over here in Violet's room, she's playing with her new little secret shoppies with her new friend Katie, and she's dressing up as a princess, multitasking. And in the boys' room, there's roller skating and remote controlling going on. They're having a fabulous time, but that dirty sock is still on the floor. Okay, let's bring Sophie and Henry's studio apartment down. We are going to, well, this whole thing is now their house, so they don't need the top floor just to be a studio apartment. We could do with a bit of a bigger bathroom and we don't need that baby's bottle anymore. And that pizza's still there from when Sophie was pregnant, so that would be so stale. We're going to take the kitchen out and we're going to make a new kitchen downstairs. We'll use most of that existing kitchen, so let's put this back together again so I don't lose the pieces or inadvertently use them for some other parts of the build, because it's a good kitchen. Still going to be perfectly functional for their family. And let's remove Sophie and Henry from the building site so we can just concentrate on what we're doing. Now, first up, we are going to want to make this bathroom bigger. So to do that, I'm going to need to take lots of things out. So bed out, and the couch is out, and we'll take that out too. The bed, we're going to use all these again. We're just going to kind of move it around. We'll take the wall out. We'll put that back in later. Sink out. Right. I am going to live vicariously through Sophie and Henry. I have always wanted a spa bath in my bathroom. I think I'm just going to have to resign myself to the fact that our bathroom is never going to be big enough to have a spa in it, and I'm terribly sad. But Sophie and Henry can have a spa and I will just pretend to be them. Ah, they are so lucky. Okay, spa is in. We're going to put a little cake of soap down here and we're going to put some bubble bath in. We're going to just fill this up with bubbles and it's going to be so good. But first up, we need to put some water in. Lots and lots of water. Hope those windows are really well sealed, and some bubbles. So many bubbles. So the bubbles are falling out. It's all overflowing already. In fact, we can put a little water drop down here. And I think we're going to need a bath mat. So I have made one out of my scratch and sniff stickers, actually. This one is a scratch and sniff lemon sticker, but it was just so bright and cheerful and yellow and lemony. Plus, the lemon will make a nice, lovely smell in the bathroom, which is perfect. Let's put the wall back in, which is going to require me to move this little shelf with Sophie's hobbies on it, her sketching hobby, and to fill in that hole in the wall. And we'll put that shelf back later. So, wall's back in here, but now the door's in the wrong spot. So if we just kind of rejigger this around, we can make this there. Now the walkway is just in front of the spa, and it's perfect. Lovely! The bathroom has been rejuvenated into a bigger bathroom, perfect for a bigger family, and they got a spa. Oh. Okay, we'll take the television out, and we're going to use the bed to actually pull these two parts of the floor together, and that means we're going to put the shelf up here directly above the bed like we had it before, which means I need to pull the wall apart. That's okay. We just need to get out this one here, put the shelf in, and then we'll just plug the gaps. We're going to need a 2 over here and a 4 or 1 down there. And now this one, oh, this one's spare. I could have used that one before. Okay, in the corner here with the bathroom, we're going to put a nice big mirror. Actually stole this out of Regana's castle-y thing. And we're going to put it on a pedestal because this will take up the least amount of room. It's going to fill that corner really nicely. Sophie, come and check out the mirror. And we can angle it. Look, we'll just move you over here. We can angle it so she can see the top of her head all the way down to the tips of her toes. It's perfect. Now, over here, we're going to make a loungy area because, I tell you what, there's nothing a parent loves more than to be able to sit down after the kids are in bed and have a cup of tea and watch some television, and to have a little private sitting room in your own bedroom is like a massive luxury. And once again, I wish I had that, but I'm just going to make Sophie and Henry's house the way I would want mine to be. So a massive big bedroom up here with a big television, still showing the same television show, so I really hope they like this one. They've been watching it on repeat for a really long time. But we need to find a different way to put the television up. So we're going to put it on this little set of drawers. And this way, now hold on, I'll just get one of these and put it on like that. That way we can angle it. We're going to need to put it up here on a little jumper stud too, so that it sits up off the floor a bit. So it's like it's on a set of drawers. So those drawers will be, oh, hold on, I've just broken the television. It's a disaster. It's not actually, because it's still working fine. So we can angle it so it can face the couch, or we can angle it the other way so they can watch it from bed. So good. This is fantastic. And some chocolate for after the children are in bed and asleep, and Sophie she can read the latest the latest version of the Mum Monthly magazine. I hope she likes that, but there were no vet magazines. And of course, she's going to want a cup of tea to go with that. So this new teacup that comes in the Harry Potter minifigure blind bag series with Professor Trelawney is just perfect. I want a whole set of them. They're so cute. Okay, we still have this pedestal where the TV was, and it's actually integrated into the wall. So we're going to use that to put Henry's guitar so it's safely up and off the floor. And we've got this big space here, so I'm going to use the throw cushions from Andrea's bedroom with the sheet music on it for Henry to be able to sit on and play his music. And we'll put this little handbag here in the corner, and everything looks tucked out of the way. Tinker can come and sit on the bed. Henry's going to try out his new music practicing area. It looks really cozy. And Sophie can come and have a wonderful cup of tea on the couch. Okay, I think their bedroom has been renovated beautifully. Where's Sophie going? Hold on. Have you finished your tea? Oh, she's checking out the spa. It's not a good spa without bubbles, and there are enough bubbles, I think. All right. The bedroom looks fantastic. I would love this as the master bedroom. So jealous. Let's work on the bottom floor now. We're going to have to move these animals out of the way. And we do need to rehome them, but I just think they're going to stick around for a little while longer. But I need to figure out how this bottom floor is going to work as part of Sophie and Henry and the triplets' house. So let's move the animals out of the inside at least, and we'll work on them later. Let's do the inside of the bottom floor of Sophie and Henry's house, which has already been a ball pit and a rescue. So let's make it something real. Let's put the kitchen over here. We'll use the existing kitchen because I love it. It's perfectly functional. We'll put a fried egg in here because I love the new fried egg piece. We didn't have that when we made the kitchen before, so that's really cool. We'll put the breakfast bar over here, seats in, and a couple of bowls for cereal and a spoon. In fact, we'll put the cereal down here on the breakfast bar, and up where the cereal was, we'll put some cat food for Tinker. Good. Kitchen's done. Ta-da! That was really quick. Now, over here, we're going to make a nice big living area that is really good for a family room. And that means we need to make it cozy, but really perfect for doing activities together. So So let's start with a bookcase because I really think it's important that there are multiple bookcases in a real house. And on the bottom, we're going to put some drawers because this is also be a storage area in the family room. On top of the drawers, we're going to put this because we're going to be able to make this into a bookcase right up against this recessed wall. So we'll be able to push the books in here. There's a dirty mark back there. That's all right. The books will cover the dirty mark. Nobody will see it once the books are in. Okay, we've got some spooky tales and lots of different book genres because the family has such eclectic tastes. They like to read about lots of different things, including this really fascinating book about eagles. Oh, I wonder who's going to read that one first. And on the top, we of course need a television. Of course, they should be spending more time reading books and expanding their minds, but of course you have to chill out sometimes and just watch movies with the family. So this nice big screen here is going to be perfect for that. Wonderful. Okay, television is installed. Up here we're going to put a little potted plant. In fact, there are going to be quite a few potted plants down here. I like to fill up space with plants. I just love them. So in the corner here we are going to put just a little architectural plant. Nice big spiky one at the top. Looks like it will manage inside really well. And over here we are going to put some of the family activities like this massive Lego set. Oh, they're going to have fun building that together. So much fun. And some board games. So we have got, I don't know what that one is. And this one here is Snakes and Ladders. They can play that on their games night. So cool. I'm loving how this is shaping up. Now we're going to need a reasonably big couch so that they can all sit on a comfortable surface. But before we do that, I forgot to put the knobs on the drawers. So I don't know how we were going to open them, but they're good now. We've got knobs on the drawers. Now, for a couch, we're going to want an L-shaped one, and I didn't have to design this at all. There's the perfect L-shaped couch in Livy's Pop Star house. I just pulled it apart because it had to be put in the opposite direction, if that makes any sense. That little outlying bit had to go on the right instead of the left. So just pulled it apart and rejiggered it a bit, and now it's going to fit in the space perfectly, I think. And it's going to look really cozy. And I do love the colours. I do love all the colours that went in Livy's Pop Star house. It was really cool. All right, looking good. Let's just double check. We're going to sit it up on that bottom step. So we're going to need some little feet. So some little purple single studs, and we're not going to need it in that other corner because that's going to go up the steps, and that's so great. Oh, it really looks cozy. Maybe we'll need a coffee table because they'll need somewhere to actually play the games. So let's put a nice simple coffee table in. See, we can put the board games on here. This is really very exciting. And we got popcorn ready, and we might get some treats, some donuts out ready for games night. And we're going to put the popcorn on the floor because we're running out of couch space. Okay, now this foyer area, the walkway into the house, could do with some storage because everyone has bags. Like, how is it that every family has more bags than there are family members? Look at all these bags that we are going to need to find some place to put because they just get dumped next to the front door. So first thing we're going to do is make a bag storagey thing. I have no name for it, but it's going to be like a hanger thing for the bags, or hopefully it'll fit some of the bags. So we're going to put them up kind of like we did with the teddy bears up in the boys' room. So we're just going to hang them off it, and then they'll be easily accessible when people are coming in and out of the door. They can grab the bag they need and they can be on their way. So we might not make it too cluttered. It's already pretty cluttered, but hey, I love clutter. As long as it's useful clutter, I really love it. Let's see how this is going. So these bags are beautifully suspended. We're going to put them on top of the pole, and then we'll put this next to the door. And because they're up high, they're not going to be in the way when they're walking. That's pretty cool. And I think we could probably put another bag over on this side. That'll be out of the way. Now, the bottom of that looks kind of exposed, so let's put some more potted plants in. Another one of these spiky architectural ones, and we'll put one in a big round pot because I love different shaped pots. They just look so interesting when you cluster them together. And this one we'll just put a little pretty one sticking out of the top, peeking out of the top. And if we put this one with the bigger pot, just unrooted that plant, we'll put it all back in again. It'll be fine. We'll put that in front, very pretty. And if we put our spiky one tucked in right here, how do I feel about that? I'm not so sure. Maybe we should put it up next to the door because that just looks better. Oh, I love that. But now I want something on the other side because we've still got more things we need to store. And let's see if this works. I'm going to make a coat rack and I'm going to make it out of a pitchfork. But once we hang bags off it, we're totally not going to be able to see that it's a pitchfork. Right now it looks like a coat rack and I just feel so proud. Let's put Henry's briefcase down here, nice and snug. In fact, I don't know that Henry even has the sort of job that would take a briefcase, but there always seems to be a random briefcase hanging around near the door. So we'll tidy it away. Maybe a nice rug in the entryway. Let's see where I want these. Maybe here. And I think that's really good. That looks so cozy and welcoming. The bottom floor, it's perfect for a family now. I love the family room. I love the little entryway with all those bags sorted now and up off the floor. As a mother, that makes me very happy to see them all sorted. So here comes Alex. He is roller skating in. He's ready for the games night. So let's see if we can sit him down here. If I've left just enough room for them to be able to sit around the table. Harry's over here and Violet, who is still dressed up like a princess, she can sit, oh no, she can't with that hair on. We might put her pigtails on. Sometimes you need smaller hair so you can fit into spaces. And look at that, they can cluster around the table. And Tinker is coming down from upstairs to check out the new furniture and to just stare at her food because she wants to be fed. And it looks like Sophie and Henry are coming home. Here's Sophie. She didn't take a bag. Oh well, that's okay. There were plenty of bags that she could have taken and now they are neatly stored. Oh, and if we get this briefcase, we can bring Henry home from work too. That briefcase looks totally wrong. I don't think he takes a briefcase to work, but we'll store it safely over away here. He's so tired after a day of work. He's falling over. But he's going to go into the kitchen and make some popcorn and treats for games night. Yay! And Sophie's going to go and see if she can fit on the couch, which she can. Henry's discovered that they've already got snacks and treats, so he can come and join in as well. Everybody is snugly fitting in here. It's absolutely perfect. Just so good. I love it. I love that umbrella there hanging off the coat rack. Let's stack the whole house back together again. Oh, look, there's Katie. I think she's wondering whether Violet is ever coming back to play with her. Oh, dear. And the top floor with the new parents' bedroom and the extended bathroom with the luxury spa. Oh, I love it. I love the new renovation, but we still have all these animals. Okay, they really don't fit anymore. So we've got to do something with the animals. But for now, they can just kind of hang outside. And I'm going to bring Katie down and she can join in the games night too. We'll move the donuts out of the way. And there is room for everybody in this family room. I just adore it. There's a bookcase, there's games. It's just perfect for a night in with the family. Oh my goodness, I'm really happy with how the house has turned out this time. Nobody drove past with random animals for us to look after, and we finally made a sensible full house for Sophie and Henry and the triplets. But we do have a backyard to deal with and to redesign. Okay, we are back here at Sophie and Henry's house. The modifications are ongoing here. The renovations never stop. We did the bottom floor last time. Now it is time to work on the backyard. And well, first up, we need a whole heap of green because I just like to have lots of green grass. But do you know what I noticed once I started thinking about this? It just looks weird having the backyard going like right up against the inside of the house. So before we start the backyard, we're going to need to do a little bit more modifying on the bottom level. We are going to start off this renovation by putting a back wall on the bottom level. So first up, they're going to need a way to get out into the backyard. So we're going to do a sliding door because sliding doors are still my favorite thing. And I still remember how excited I got the very first time I built one in a Lego Friends build. I think it was one of the girls' houses. I think it was Emma's house, and door went open, door went shut, and it's still cool. So cool sliding door here to get out into the backyard. And we're going to want to step down a bit. So we're going to build up and We're going to need a doormat to wipe our feet on so we don't drag all the mud back through the house. Otherwise, Sophie's going to be so cranky. Let's see. Okay, I'm kind of making this up as I go along. We're going to need some columns so that the door doesn't slide all the way out. And this is a good starting point. So we're going to have that right here in the middle. Over here, I want another window and another window over in the kitchen so that it's still nice and bright inside. And we're going to hinge this. This was actually inspired by a fan build, an Ellie Toys fan. She and her dad put a whole hinge back on Stephanie's house. I showed you some of it on one of my videos previously, and mine isn't going to be quite as fantastic as theirs was because I'm only going to be doing the bottom level, but it was a brilliant idea and I'm going to use it here to help make this look a little bit less weird when we put a backyard on. So we want a big window over here so that they let lots and lots of light into the living area. And the idea is just to have one big long flat line with windows on it, like a wall along the back. So nice big window, and I think I'd like more light than that. I'm going to put some big glass panels next to our window. There we go, and another one on the other side, and then I think that will do for that side. We can just fill the rest in with this beige, fill it in with beige, and I like to have greenery everywhere. So we're going to have some climbing vines on either side of the window, just making it really look friendly and homey. And I put another column over here that matches up in the middle. Beautiful. And another vine over here. And maybe the other way around. There we go. That sits a little bit better. That's cute. Now, I want some little mounds of green out of the window here, and I'm not going to center it on this side. How is your OCD going? Because I just wanted a bit off balance, and with some planter pots in the window with some beautiful flowers, you can see them from inside, and a few more flowers down here because it's just so pretty. Lots of different colors. And sticking out here right next to the door, I want a little pine tree. There. Okay, so that's that side. Over here we don't need quite as much window, but we'll match up with the other side, but we won't use the glass panels. So let's see, that goes all the way to the end. Good. Let's tie them together here. Good. Looking good. And now we're just going to use some beige panels after we've got our white pillar on the end, because that all matches up nicely. Beige pillars with some more little studs outward facing because, of course, I want some more vines growing on this side because we can never have too many vines, and I want it to match up with the other side, kind of. And this side, I'm going to center my little green grassy mounds. Does that make you feel a bit better? It won't when you notice that both sides aren't symmetrical, but I don't want it symmetrical. I want it to look lived in. So another planter pot over here with slightly different plants in them, but the same color scheme, except they're not sitting quite nicely. No, come on. You'll both fit there together if you cooperate. There, that one goes there. Now they're cooperating. Sometimes you just have to put them on in a different order. So now we have got a hinged wall. Lovely. Let's continue up. I'm going to make the awning on top of the sliding door covered in plants if I can get them to stay up here. And they're actually going to be dripping down a little bit. Ah. There we go. It really does look so homey and lived in, and I just love a lot of plant life because it makes it so pretty. All right, maybe some awnings over the windows? Is that too much? I wish I could make stripy ones, but I don't have enough stripy pieces. Maybe I need to build it up a little bit first. There we are. That's a little bit further out from the window. That works a lot better. Now we got overhangs all the way along that wall, and we'll match it all the way along. And now we just have to tie in with the other colours. So we need a line of pink here to match in with the other walls on the other side, and a line of orange. It's kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle at this stage where we're just doing the one colour and it has to fit all the way along. Now up here we're going to need, I've knocked my flowers off, poor things. We're going to need another hinge up here to make sure we're just a bit securer. And now we can smooth it over. And we have, ta-da, a back wall with lots of pretty greenery and a sliding door. And we can see inside down below, but now it's quite dark. And it does look a little weird now. I put the next level on. But I'm just working on the bottom level at the moment. Now, I've already put in a pebble path to give me a bit of an idea where I want things to go. Lots and lots of backyard here to work with, guys. So where are we going to start? Okay, well, we're going to start, maybe we'll start on the sides. Let's start back here on this side. So plants, we're going to need some nice big trees in this backyard. It's a huge backyard and we're going to use this tree that actually came from one of the city firefighter sets, and it used to have flames sticking up out of it, and I've taken the flames off and I've put some flowers on it. And the good part about this is I can actually push the branches to the side so that when I snug it right up against the house after I get it on here, I will be able to have kind of a flat side of foliage, I think, maybe, if everything goes to plan. Kind of. I need to move one of these off. So I'll take that off and I'll bush up this little branch over here and we'll have an empty branch there, but no one will know because it's right up against the house. Look at that. That's going to be a fun tree for the triplets to climb. We don't want to give them any ideas. Now, speaking of climbing, let's make them a climbing frame. Let's make them the monkey bars, and I'm going to use the monkey bars to actually attach this part of the backyard to the house. I'm feeling reasonably clever here. Let's see. So monkey bars, also another tricky way to climb up into the house, into Violet's bedroom at the moment. Put some more foliage up here just to tie it all in with the rest of my foliage. And now we can add the next square of green. And when we need to open up the house, we just detach it here, nice and easy to put back on again, which makes the backyard and the house two separate entities that you can put together to play with or play with them separately. Now, on the other side of the house, we are going to put another climbing implement. We're going to put a climbing wall on the wall, ta-da, so that the triplets can get some more of their boundless energy out. And this one actually goes up the wall into the boys' bedroom. So Alex is just trying that out for you. Nice handy way to get up to the bedroom without actually having to use the door. And now we can extend out this side. Of course, I'm going to need another big tree. And this tree is actually what is left of the Adventure Camp treehouse. I've kept the tree from the top. And we're going to use this on little detachable studs so that we can easily take it on and off, because we might want to put it somewhere else. This is just kind of a trial. So that's nice. It's also holding my two green base plates there together, and we're going to turn it into a tree house just by putting a ladder in it. It's a pretty simple one, but it's all ready to go. And look at that! Nice big tree house and a climbing wall. Now we can put some more of our green base plates in, and let's see, what else? I keep knocking off that foliage. What else are we going to do? We're going to put some more play equipment in, but I just think that might be a little too far back. No, see, that's too close to the climbing wall. So I'm going to have to take these off and I'll try again. Maybe, and I want these little base plates here, this lime green built up kind of area to hold together my other green base plates. And on there, I think that looks good. There's enough room there to get into the climbing wall. On here, we're going to have a little bit of kind of just a slide. Not a jungle gym as such, but a slide. So all we need are stairs and a slide. It's so cute. The toddlers can have so much fun on this. Whee! Up they go and down they go. And maybe a nice soft landing with some mossy green down here. Some more flowers, because I like to have lots of flowers everywhere. It's just pretty. This way we don't have to mow so much too. If we put flowers all over the place, we'll just pretend it's all ground cover. And maybe a few more plants over here, just to make the side look just a little bit less like we've just fallen off the edge of the playground. Good. Okay, a slide. We've got monkey bars, we've got a climbing wall, we've got a tree house. Now we need something to go with this rubber ducky. Yes. You guys asked for it. Of course, Sophie and Henry's house is going to have a pool. So let's do that. We'll make it nice and simple so that we can fill it with water. Real water. We'll see how we go with that. I've done it before with a bigger pool. We're going to do it with a little pool. The idea is still the same, and we just hope it doesn't leak everywhere. Let's find out. So lots and lots of see-through pieces, because I just like to use them for a pool. And these rounded bits are going to hold our plastic wrap on. So let's get that in here. I really need to find a slightly thicker plastic wrap, because this cling wrap stuff sticks to my fingers rather than down where I want it to be. But I'll try and get enough of it in so we can hold some water. So we want to put our little curved edges on here, because I like to put curved edges on the wall, even though we don't have any curved see-through pieces that I can use yet for the sides. But the illusion is there. We can kind of think that it's an oval-shaped pool. And if we snip carefully around the edges. We don't want to snip too close, otherwise you will end up with water leaking out of the pool. So we do need a little bit of a furry edge. Maybe not that much of a furry edge. Let me take that away and trim that off a bit more, and that looks pretty good. So let me see, if we're going to put water in this, let's put this one on jumper studs too, so that we can easily take the pool in and out of the backyard to empty it out when we're not playing with it. So move over, rubber ducky, let's install the pool. Easiest pool install ever. There. And if we want to take it out, we can just take it off here. I might put a nice smooth piece just for a bit more support in the middle. And the pool, are you excited, triplets? The pool's ready. We're not filling it with water yet. Oh, come on. It's not, actually, I said it was ready. It really isn't ready yet. Fine, you can sit in there. There's no water in it yet. Just sit in there and wait. Along the front, we are going to put a garden bed for Henry to cultivate his favourite flowers, marigolds. We're going to make it a marigold garden bed, so lots of beautiful yellow flowers. Not certain that's what marigold foliage looks like, but it will do. The marigold garden for Henry. He's going to love it. And along the side, we are going to build some decking up, a decking walkway. So a step up from the house and a step down on the front too. And if I had enough of these little decking planks, I would make this go all the way around the pool. I think that would look really good, but I don't have enough. So this is going to have to do just on one side, decking on one side of the pool. It looks good though, looks really good. Now, what else are we going to need? We're going to need an umbrella for a bit of shade, and just because it's pretty and colourful, and a lounge chair, a deck chair for next to the pool. Nice and simple. And we can just put that up here on the decking. And we'll install the no, I just collapsed everything. Okay, good. Okay, everything's good now. Umbrella's in. We're going to put a really tasty drink up here, ready for when the pool is open. Oh, here comes Sophie. She can't wait. Oh, she's already sleeping in the sun next to the pool. Okay, well, should we fill this pool with water then? We haven't quite finished the backyard. In fact, we've got a lot left to do. Oh, come on, let's just fill it up. Let's do it. Everybody's waiting. We're waiting to see if it's going to leak. It's holding at the moment. The triplets don't actually have swimsuits. I might have to make them some swimsuits. I think we're going to need that if they're going to have a pool in their backyard. Hold on, where's Harry? Oh, here's Harry. He wouldn't miss out on a pool party. And yes, I know, they're so untidy, those triplets. Henry? Where's Henry going? Maybe he's going inside to get some snacks. No, he's not. He's being very responsible and jumping from the second floor of the house into the pool. What sort of an example are you showing for your children? You know they were going to do that anyway. They were totally going to do that, and Henry just got in first. Wow, pool is cool. Alex, don't do it. I know what you're thinking. Does everyone know what he's thinking? Oh, poor Sophie. She was just trying to sleep in the sun. Oh, that Alex. Oh, that's right. She's going to come in for a dip now too with a big splash. Oh, look at this. Oh, I knew Henry would love his marigold garden. We'll put a hat on if he's going to be out here in the sun gardening. And the rest of them are covered in sunscreen because I don't think we're going to be able to get them out of the pool. Now the pool is installed. In fact, Harry's already on his roller skates. We've got a lot of backyard still to fill here, and I've got lots of ideas, and I bet you do too. So we're going to leave it here for today, and I want you to tell me in the comments what else you think Sophie and Henry and the triplets' backyard still needs, and we will see if we can include them in the second part of the build. All right, we are back here in Sophie and Henry and the triplets' backyard, and we are going to finish it today. I conked out with exhaustion halfway through it because we put so much stuff in here. We've got a marigold garden for Henry, and we've got a pool with water in it. We've got a climbing frame. We've got trees. We've got all sorts of stuff. But we need lots more because we got plenty more room. Harry, I didn't even install a hose in here. Stop sprinkling, everybody. Where did you get the hose from? Right, I'm taking that off you. Okay, I can see that you are going to be up to some mischief this episode. If you can park yourself over here. He's already got his roller skates on. The kids are just thrilled to have a bit of space to stretch out and zoom around in. Now, because we didn't get it finished, I actually had time to put some of your suggestions in. So, first piece of equipment that we are going to put in the backyard today is suggested by Chloe, and she said please put a diving board next to the pool and a roller skating area for the backyard. I don't know that we'll get a roller skating area, but we can certainly put a diving board in. I really think the pool needs it. I mean, they keep jumping into it anyway, so they might as well have a board to actually jump off. So we're going to need steps up to the board. We're going to make it reasonably solid because we're going to also make it movable. Does that make sense? Solid but movable? Yeah, they don't contradict each other. So here's our diving board. And no, you got your roller... Yeah, see? Wasn't installed properly, fell over. That's why you don't play on the equipment until it's ready, Harry. Holy moly. And we're going to put it up here in the back corner, and I want to angle it in. So this is going to make it just a bit tricky. So we're going to put a little jumper stud here. And... we're going to need to support the front as well. That's kind of sticking in too far. It's taking up too much of the pool. So let's move it back a bit and angle it a bit more, which means I need to take these off. Lucky we've got our orange tool of goodness for removing Lego. We'll put it about here. So let's see if I can make that happen. There we go. Nice! Nice, now you've taken your skates off, but the triplets have still not got any swimming costumes, so we are going to have to make that at some stage. They're going to need swimmers because they now own a pool. So exciting. All right, next piece of equipment, they're going to really need something to skate on and to skateboard on. So a skating ramp is an excellent idea from Pantipsom. Is that how you pronounce it? But I love your comments. You know I read all your comments. I can't always include them in the videos. I can't always answer them all, but I do read them. Just rest assured that I do. And I know a lot of people commented the same things. So if you didn't get a shout out, it's not that I didn't see what you wrote. It's just that we had lots of fabulous, fabulous suggestions. And I love it. So we've now got a skateboard ramp and everybody's falling over in the pool, which would be bad if their heads stayed underwater. Okay, Harry, we'll just drip some water out here. We'll clean that up. And he can go on here with his roller skates, or he can climb up his climbing frame, the rock wall, the climbing wall. Why do I keep calling it a rock wall? And he can get his skateboard, well, their skateboard, and he can, just skateboard off the side of the house there like that. That's very clever. And he can use that for his skateboard ramp. So cool. Oh, he's done a loop-de-loop. I'm sure that's not a proper skateboarding term. I'm sure you're not supposed to do that either over the play equipment. That's how you ruin play equipment, Harry, and we've only just installed it, and that's why we can't have nice things. Now, treat them nicely. Okay, all right, finished telling off Harry. I'm pretty sure he's not going to listen. Let's do something else. Let's now go with Carmen's idea. Now, Carmen always leaves the most interesting comments to read, and I love it. And today, we've already done the pool and the playground, so yay, maybe make a veggie patch for Henry too. Well, you know what? There was already a veggie patch when we did the crazy animal rescue, so we're going to just use that kind of and extend it a tiny bit. So basically the same thing, a little tiny fenced off area. Oh, there's a little bit of grub in there. Let's get rid of that. Could have been mulch for the vegetables, but it's not, so we'll remove it. And we had carrots growing in here that were doing very, very well, so we might as well put them back in again. In the corner we're having a pumpkin vine, and this pumpkin vine is going to get a little out of control. But before we make the pumpkin vine get out of control, we're going to put some strawberries in because I love strawberries and they're so beautiful when they're in season. Okay, pumpkin's looking good, but if you've ever grown a pumpkin vine, or sometimes they just grow themselves out of seeds you put out in the compost heap, they tend to go everywhere. They just love climbing all over your backyard. So this one's escaping from the garden bed. This is so cute, actually escaping so much I can't put the rest of the fence on. Let's move some of this around. So the vine is escaping. And I think the veggie garden's going to need a little bit of cultivating, so Henry's going to have to get on to that. But it's nice. They're going to have fresh pumpkins and carrots and strawberries. It's going to be really yum. All right, what are we going to have next? Okay, next suggestion comes from Isabella, and she has asked to make a swing set and a seesaw. Now, lots of people liked this one, so yeah, swing sets. Lots of you said swing sets too, but swing sets take up a lot of space, and I actually wanted to save some space for something else near the end. But we'll definitely do a seesaw, but I don't think a swing set is going to go in this episode anyway. But a seesaw I can do. In fact, I can even say seesaw. I can say sea cells by the seesaw. See? So Okay, no, seesaw. Okay, I'll just concentrate on building it then, fine. In fact, we're going to, actually I need to concentrate a little bit harder because this is the seat and it needs to go on the end of the seesaw that sells seashells by the seashore. Seashore. And while I was doing tongue twisters, the seesaw, which I now cannot say, has been installed. We're going to tuck it right over here. We're going to make everything snug so everything fits in, and it's just going to fit in. There's going to be room just to kind of negotiate around it. Henry's going to have first go on the seesaw by the seashore. There's no seashore here. He's going to go with the little tiny bunny that has come back for the veggie garden. And, hold on. This is not how seesaws are designed to be used. Someone's going to come a cropper soon, but we'll just leave them over there because they seem to be okay. Okay, skateboard, let's just put it out of the way. And next up. Now, this suggestion is actually very sensible because I kind of keep forgetting that the triplets are toddlers and I keep making them stuff that's kind of probably for kids. But a sandbox, or a sandpit we call it here, is perfect for toddlers. They can practice their fine motor and gross motor skills and they can, I don't know, throw sand at each other. That's a terrible idea. Never ever throw sand at somebody. Get it in their eye, you can cause them some serious damage. So they're going to play with it responsibly and we're going to make them a sandpit if they can play in it nicely together. And I've also built them a castle with some turrets and a little flower on the top that's fallen from the tree that I'm about to build to give a bit of shade to them while they are playing in the sandpit. It's just going to be a little tree, a weeny tree for a bit of shade. A teeny tiny tree. What other words can we use for small? A petite tree. A tiny whiny tree. I think I'm running out of synonyms for small. So, a little tree. Did I even use little before? I don't remember. I would have thought that'd be a simple one. Okay, we've got some nice outlying branches to provide the shade. Some purple flowers, which is curious because the flower that fell on the top of the sandcastle is pink. So that's an interesting phenomena. That's okay. Let's go and put our very, very small tree, but just big enough to provide enough shade for those children who are playing in the sandpit responsibly and nicely and building cool things out of sand. That's cute. And because they are kids, there's going to be some sand that doesn't stay in the sand pit, so we're going to put some little blobs of sand around the edges. I might have to move these around depending upon whether we can fit more items around there, but there we go. A sand pit with a little bit of sand escaping, and Violet is straight into here. She really, really, really loves building things out of sand, just scrunching her toes in the sand. We might even get you a handful of sand. Here we go. Have I said sand a lot of times? It feels like I've said sand a lot of times. The sandpit is done. Now, the pièce de résistance. Everybody commented this. I feel as though everyone commented this. You want a trampoline for the kids. I want a trampoline for the kids. Everybody wants a trampoline for the kids. Let's build a trampoline for the kids, which is going to be interesting because Lego's hard and trampolines are supposed to be bouncy. So let's give that a whirl, shall we? Now, I really, really wanted to make one of the trampolines with big safety nets up the side, but the Lego nets that exist just didn't work, and it kind of just made it huge and cumbersome in front of everything else. It just looked like this big, weird thing. So I gave up the idea of the net, and I decided we were just going to have a nice, big, round trampoline, and that nobody was going to get hurt by falling off it, because there was no safety net. Because, you know, kids managed before without safety nets. Not too many died falling off trampolines, I hope? Surely not. Not too many broken legs. Okay, so we've got a circle and we are building up some legs. Speaking of legs, building up some legs for the sides. No, for the bottom. Why would you put legs on the sides? I think I'm getting too excited about the trampoline. Let me see. If I just leave it at this side, it would kind of be, way too low to jump on. It'd kind of be like an exercise trampoline. We'd have to make that even smaller. So let's put some more legs on, make it a little bit taller. So it's going to be proportionally a bit better for the kids to jump on. Nice! We've got a trampoline now. There is a problem because there's a big hole in the middle that is going to fall through. Thanks for demonstrating that, Harry. So I got a bit creative and I decided that I'm going to use some material. I've actually got this cool felt which has got little star cutouts in it, so it kind of will look a little bit like net. And I'm just going to draw a circle around the outside, And I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to use it. Now, if I had have had any lycra, like for swimsuits or leotards, or even maybe a really big balloon that was bouncy, that would have been even better because they're stretchy. But I didn't have any of that in the house, so I just used what I had. I think this will look pretty cool. And when it wears out, I'll go and get some lycra. And I'll use some lycra because I think that lycra would be so cool because it will actually be bouncy. But we'll cut this out and then we'll see how well, because Lego is so well machined and it has such a tight, snug fit, we're going to be able to hold this in our circle. This is why I love Lego. It's such a quality building material, and I've actually drawn all over this. So I'm just going to use some rubbing alcohol to get my little Nico marks off. Oh, hold on, there's another one over there that I just missed on the leg. There we go on the leg. Now the legs are clean. Good. Now, I need to dismantle this again, but we had the shape. It's important that we had the shape so I knew what was going on. And we need to make our circle, and bit by bit here, we're just going to shove the legs through the material. It's just going to squash it. Well, it's felt. It's going to squash it down. And with a thinner material, this would actually be even better. But felt squashes down really quite nicely, and it's going to make a really nice firm hold, and it's looking pretty good already. We're going to have a bouncy trampoline for the triplets. Oh, that looks so cool. That's so cool. We'll put the other legs in, and then the net in there is going to be secure, and then they can have a jump. All right. Yes, this is working. It would have been better with a thinner material, but this is pretty cool. And I love the star cutouts on this felt. It's just so cute. Okay, who's first on the trampoline? It's Harry, of course it's Harry. Okay, woo, he thinks it's awesome. Oh, hold on. We possibly could have used that security net because they're just jumping and falling straight off. Well, it's definitely bouncy. So we're going to install it here. Oh, we just dropped a big branch on it. There we go. We're going to install it here in this big space, and I think that has filled the area very nicely. This is why we couldn't fit any swings in, because we wouldn't have been able to fit the trampoline as well in. And what? She's just throwing the sand down. Violet is straight on the trampoline. She's having a great time too. She's jumping responsibly. And no, only one person on the trampoline at a time. That's not... Oh, see? Banged heads together and everybody's broken. See? Trampoline funds. Oh no, hold on, they're not broken. What are you doing now? This is not... That tree was not put there for that purpose. Whoa, oh no, look, and Alex is now out of the pool. I hope he's not wet. Okay, obviously, the triplets are going to have a really good time with the trampoline in their backyard. All right, we have filled this backyard full of the most fantastic things that any toddler or kid could possibly want. We have put a back wall on the bottom level. I think I'm going to have to progress that back wall all the way up to the top so that it looks... Well, it looks pretty good as it is. I love it. I love it. I love the big trees around the side and the climbing frame. And we just managed to fit a lot of good stuff in here. Yeah. They're never going to want to come inside. Let's see how it looks from... It actually looks still really good from the front. We're going to need to change this sign over. We're going to need to make a new sign for Sophie and Henry's house, like the Darlington house. Oh, I'm thrilled with how the backyard has turned out. Thank you for your suggestions. It has just made the world of difference, and they're all having such a great time playing in here. Henry's even going in the slippery slide. What is Violet doing? Is that a water balloon? Better not be. And now they are all, well, there's stacks on down the slide. Nobody's waiting for anybody else to finish. Oh my goodness. And the seesaw is going with everybody on it. And Harry's fallen off. Nah, I told you it wasn't safe like that. And look, Henry's even looking on. Why is he not responsible adulting? All right, they're here at the sandpit. They have buried Harry. Oh, he's having a good time in the sandpit, but everybody's run off and kind of left Harry in the sandcastle. Hello, everybody, come and rescue me. Oh, but they are now over on the climbing frame. Violet's almost upside down. Where are you going, Alex? Did you just jump on her fingers? And did you just go into Violet's bedroom? Oh my god, did you just kick him out of the bedroom? Oh, lucky the trampoline was there. Oh, let's see that again in slow motion. Oh, wow. Just wow. There are so many ways that they can hurt themselves, but they're just running around having a marvelous time, and Harry is still in the sandpit. Good times. Okay, everybody in the pool, I really have to make you some swimsuits. You can't go swimming in your shoes and your socks and your clothes all the time. Oh, it looks like he's unearthed himself. Harry's out. I think they're going to spend a lot of time in the pool this summer. And Henry is so hot from gardening that he just rode the skateboard into the pool. And Sophie's finally awake, so maybe somebody can be a responsible adult around here. I hope, maybe. Oh my goodness, it's a marvelous backyard now. I don't know what's going to happen next for Sophie and Henry, so maybe you could tell me. Make sure you subscribe too. Make sure you look at one of the other videos while you wait for new ones, and I'll be back with a new one soon. So I hope you have a good day while you wait and watch more videos. Bye!